Welcome to McArthur Live. We're your host, Tim and
Sarah.
I'm going to move this camera because I noticed in the editing that I never moved this camera. And you were like off the screen most of the time.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm like cut off.
There we
I
go.
told you that last week, and you're like, "Oh no, it'll be fine."
Well, on there, it looks different than it does on there.
I
Anyway,
know.
for those of you didn't realize this, we are recording this also as a podcast. So we pull off the audio track and make it a podcast. If you want to check it out on there, several different podcasting streaming platforms like Spotify. It's actually hosted on Podbean, BEAN. Is not on Apple Podcasts though. They're too difficult to work with. I don't want to deal with them anyway. But other than that, they are there, and I'm sure Apple Podcasts are great. It's just yes. Anyway, a lot of 15 other places you can find it, including Spotify, which is my favorite. And yeah. But then also you can check it out here because we are going to have some visuals tonight's episode. So if you're listening to the podcast, you may want to come over and check out and watch the video on our YouTube channel. Links to both will be in the descriptions for both the podcast as well as the YouTube, so you can go back and forth if you want to. There's that.
Yeah.
What else we got here to talk about? Also, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, never watched our live stream or watched any of our videos, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to stay updated on all things Ford related, this is your source. We give you all the details of all the Ford news, all the information. We're the only dealership out there doing a live stream that answers people's questions live and stay as late as we want to do that. So sometimes it's 2.5 hours. Anyway, so we're going to be here to help answer those questions. And I think we're the only one that goes over scheduling notes. And Ford hasn't shut us down yet. So, and I think they're watching because I've gotten a couple emails recently that thinks that makes me think that. Anyway, see what else.
All good fun here.
Smash the like button at any point if I say anything funny or clever. Oh, by the way, for those that show up early, I forgot. We got our dad joke of the day. Let me see. Let's pick one out here.
Dad joke of the week.
Oh yeah, of the week. So, all right. Let's see. What do we want to do here? All right. What do you call James Bond taking a bath? Bubble 07. Hey, they're not mine. Anyway. All right. I think that's about it. Videos recently, we, of course, are doing our Maverick Monday videos of 5 episodes of that. Yesterday's video was on the Ford Pass. Ford Pass Connect, Ford Pass app. What you can do on there, how to connect your phone on there, how to remove your phone or your vehicle off there if you need to, if you trade your vehicles and such. It is a free app from Ford that you download and can use. No subscription required for that one. Sometimes a navigation, sometimes a Blue Cruise, but that one is free. And they decided they will not charge. And it is actually rated as one of the best automotive apps out there. And I use it all the time. I remote start my vehicle with it. I schedule remote start times. So check out that video if you want. People have asked what all they can do on there. And so there you go. Check that out. And
I used to use it all the time. My C-Max keeps on connecting itself.
There you go.
But it's a 17. It's not a newer Ford.
So we have that video went live, and then got busy. I went to NADA last week, Wednesday through Sunday, and got pretty busy. We were there in a lot of sessions and signed up with a couple new, signed up with one new vendor, I should say, and then got some things hashed out with some other vendors. Anyway, and then but learned some things there as well that hopefully will help us create better customer experiences in the future. So, and then go on to the Chicago Auto Show. Was not planning to. Even
Not
last
me.
week, I told you guys we're not going. Yeah, Sarah's not going. But got an email from the marketing team from Ford on Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, okay. So they're gonna have the 25. We're gonna talk about the 25 Ford Explorer. They're gonna have it there, and I'm gonna get a chance to interview someone and walk around the Ford Explorer. And normally I do the videos that I normally do with what's new, what's changed on the Ford Explorer. We're gonna do that at the auto show. So we'll let them talk about what's different and what's new on the 25 Explorer. And then if they don't catch everything, we'll end the video with the other things that they don't mention that are no longer. A lot of times they'll tell you what's new, but they won't tell you what's been deleted. So we'll get you all the details for that. Mitch does have one on TC Customs. He put one out, and it's pretty accurate, and he does a good job on those. So you can watch that if you want in the meantime. But we'll be doing one with the Ford Explorer, as well as some other Ford vehicles that are going to be there too. So we're going to have some fun. Jeff is coming to be my videographer this time. Sarah had some plans.
Yes.
She didn't think we were going, so you made some plans.
He kept saying we're not going.
We're not going.
We're not going. We're not going. And last week he messages and goes, I think we're going. And I'm like, I made these plans in January. I can't cancel.
So
these are very important plans, which did get postponed to next week. At 5 a.m. this morning.
After I'd already made the flights and everything for Jeff. So that's right. But Jeff hasn't gone on one of the trips.
It's a good experience for him to know what we do on these trips. And
so it'll be fun.
And then, if one of my kids is sick in the future, he knows what's going on. And
it's good. It'll be fun. Anyway, we'll get some content, and we're going to be posting some stuff on. We'll get content for the team as well for Instagram and such. I've been posting a little more helping the marketing director on Instagram and Threads. So make sure you're following us on Threads. We're at McArthur on Threads, or at Ford Video Guy on Threads, as well as Instagram. That's the same as it is on Instagram as well. So if you're following us there, then that's the best way to stay updated on everything. So not that I'm doing this weekly, but we got more sticker swaps that come in.
Yeah.
So this is from Brianna Paxton from West Virginia. I think this is the second West Virginia person. Thanks for the sticker swap. So it's always good to put it in the card, because then that keeps them from getting bent or anything. So I like that. That's pretty cool. Has the Bronco with the USA on the side, down on the lower rocker. And they looks like some custom wheels on theirs. 2-door. Looks like it might be antimatter blue. I don't know. Anyway,
do you think people would want to sticker swap with me if I got one of my Lightning?
I don't know. Maybe. And then here's Bronco Bree is what she's on. She's on Instagram as Bronco Bree, by the way. Tell her Ford Video Guy sent you. And that looks like they also have an older Ford Bronco too. See that?
Yeah.
It looks like that one's blue as well, and so maybe they ordered a blue to try to match with their older Bronco. Pretty cool. Anyway, there you go. That's theirs. I got all these stickers I need to put on. By the way, your mom your mom's really into the ladies Bronco group.
Yeah.
And she purchased a tumbler, thanks to the ladies on there, that's supposedly Area 51. I didn't bring it today. I was going to bring it, forgot to. Supposedly it's Area 51 at the top, black at the bottom. She goes, I need stickers. Do you have stickers? I thought, I got stickers. So she goes, well, I don't want mine to look like yours. I'm like, well, maybe we need to get some Bronco stickers with your hashtag. I said, but you might need to change your Instagram account name. Ford Video wife.
She's something. Bronco
Grammy. All right, this one here is from, I only have two, David T. from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So what's he on Instagram as? I can't remember. The Gray Cactus. There you go. There's his. He's got a kayak on his.
I like that. I like that name.
4-door Cactus Gray. All right. It's not focusing. The Gray Cactus, Grey. So there you go. Yes, I can find him if you want to out there. And another one that's, if you really want to get connected with Bronco people, a lot of them are doing these stickers. And if you go to Auto Illusion, right?
Yes.
Auto Illusion. If you follow them, every time they do a sticker for somebody, they post it and tag them on that post. And so usually what I do is then when they post, then I click and I find that person and I go ahead and follow them. And then I ask them, do you want to do a sticker swap? Because they're just getting their stickers. But sometimes I don't get them right away because they usually make the design and then they go get the stickers. So some of them don't have them yet. So, but anyway, there you go. That's a great way of getting connected with other Bronco people in the community because they're awesome people.
See, that's what I want. I want to get connected with the Bronco people, but I don't have stickers.
We need to do this for Maverick too.
I also don't have a Maverick.
Oh, well.
I have an F-150 Lightning supercharged that's 01.
Yeah. Mabsim member for 9 months now.
It's not off road. That's a race car.
Lightning, do your Lightning. I noticed that there are other people doing other vehicles in there as well, but a lot of them are off-road vehicles. Anyway,
Well, then I'll send my Lightning to him and go, hey, can you do this?
all right. But also, we do have merch too. So these stickers, I think,
Yeah.
for my Bronco are on the merch site.
Yes, they are.
So if you want to get Ford Vita Guy stickers and such, go to our merch site. So,
I need to make some more stickers.
and when she says Lightning, she means the original Lightning, not
yeah.
the
I don't
EV
have
Lightning.
an EV. I don't have an EV. No, I
No.
have the old supercharged
Regular cab supercharged.
01 Lightning with an aftermarket stereo, the aftermarket wheels that they were providing at that time, which we know that they're aftermarket because I got him caliper covers, painted caliper covers to go with our other accents. And he couldn't put them on there because they weren't the stock Lightning wheels. They are aftermarket wheels.
There you go.
We have red accents all over our white Lightning. Maybe we'll throw a picture up sometime.
All right. Well,
or watch my socials. I'll post it.
You want to pop up some of these here?
Members? Yeah.
All
right, we're chatting faster than I can read.
We are going to do shout outs to our members here in just a second and talk about membership. But we love our members, and I did a couple videos from the from Las Vegas, the show, and showed the sphere. We got to go inside the sphere, which is kind of cool. So if you're a member, you got a chance to see some of the footage of going in as well as inside, what it looks like, and the video that they had going on there. I heard the YouTube concert is like really cool there, but it was like $400 a ticket. I'm like, that's all right. I'm not that big of a YouTube fan, not that big of a Sphere fan yet. But anyway,
I was sad that I didn't know that SEMA does a concert after SEMA.
Saturday.
Right. Yeah. Where it's an all-day concert, and I actually knew most of the bands. I'm like, one of the bands is one that's on my bucket list to see, and I'm like, gosh darn it, if I had known, I would have gotten us tickets.
Yep.
They were $200 each, but gosh darn it, we would have seen a few other bands I want to see.
All right. So where's you want to? All right. So let's talk about members. So if you do want to become a member, it's easy to do.
All you got to do is press that join button by that subscribe button. It'll tell you all you need to know. Once you hit that join button, a pop-up will appear for you. If you're an iPhone user, you have to do things differently. You have to go to your web browser, click the little A and big A, and request desktop website. And at that point, you should be able to see it.
There you go. Need to update that because I got a new video or new intro video now. But yeah. It's hard to wrangle up an iPhone in my family. All right. And then, of course, the content, you'll find that. Now you actually find it on if you just go to our main homepage, you'll be able to see it. You can't see it there. You scroll down, you'll be able to see it. And then, but also in the membership community, and sometimes I'll post in there. So, in fact, I was going to do this later, but let's do it now. So this week, a couple members got a highlight. So on Wednesday, I had the marketing director, one of the marketing managers for the Ford Maverick, reached out and said, "Hey, there's a journalist looking to want to talk to some people that have purchased Mavericks recently and kind of find out why they purchased their Maverick." So they said, "Do you have some people?" And I said, "Give me a minute." And so I put out a post into the members, and I had about 5 people in fact, several people that are in here that reached out and gave me their information to pass on to the journalist. And then by Monday, the article was written. So here's that. Pop that up there. Oh, here.
Yes.
Just do this. So here's the article. Maverick fan base grows. It was on the media, Ford's media. So pretty cool there. And so kind of talks about some of the people. There are 3 people they interviewed in here, and 2 of those were members. So we got Timothy Bruggerman here I didn't realize he was from Shawnee, Kansas. Anyway, we always hear these in Brazil, so I always think that he's from somewhere else.
Yeah, he's always talking about Brazil.
But so he's quoted in here, as well as Brian Foster, who actually gave us a shout out a little bit. Said that he found 2 vehicles in stock at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, and flew out and made the 14-mile trip back to California with his Maverick. And then there's the picture that he's actually put on Maverick Truck Club. So if you're on Maverick Truck Club, you've seen it. There you go. There's Brian right there in the red shirt. So pretty cool. So a couple shout out to a couple members, and yeah, you never know what kind of other perks you're going to get as a member because I know that there are about 5 members that did get interviewed. Sorry for those that didn't get included in this article, but there you go. So pretty cool. All right, so there's that. So all right, let's do member shout outs, which is the other perk that you get as being a member. You ready?
Yes. Something happened in the chat and I'm confused on what happened, but that is why we have other moderators.
There you go.
So we have 2 moderators. Our first one is Ridgeview. He's the one that greets you in when you join us in the chat. He said, I heard a rumor from Maverick Mike Mole that you snatched my keys and ensconced my Maverick for some major Niles magic. So we were looking for his Maverick. Well, Niles had snatched it from PDI and got started on it.
I was back there, and Tony's like, "Hey, whose is this?" Because it had my TB number, order number, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know that's our moderators." And then Niles was with me, and he's like, "Oh, that's theirs." Yeah, I says, "Are you doing a bunch of aftermarket stuff?" Because he was trying to figure out what salesperson to give the keys to. I said, "Well, they just need to go to Niles.
Yep.
He's got some aftermarket stuff to do to it." So that's how that happened.
And then we have Niles, who we mentioned. He is our aftermarket specialist that we have in here. He does help out in our aftermarket department. He does a great job with all of our Maverick builds.
And they ordered a winch, a front winch for the Bronco and mount and the whole thing. So
I asked if it would get here before his fast top.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend fast top at this point. So,
but those are our moderators. They do a great job. It looks like something happened in the chat, maybe a troll.
Oh.
But that's why we have our secondary moderators.
Say Ridgeview's usually on that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Niles got this one.
Oh.
Which is why we have them, because I get to talking and I can't read the chats, and then they handle it for me.
Yep. All right. Who else is in there? What other?
Oh, we got a lot.
All right.
We got like 23 in here. We got Jack Evans. Hello, anybody out there? And he was in here pretty soon after Ridgeview. Clarence Roller. How's the weather down there?
Not too bad.
It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, not too bad. We're getting a lot of fog because it's kind of weird overnight, and then it warms up.
We're finally getting some humidity, finally getting some moisture, and it's not so dry. And my lungs are loving it. It's great. This weekend we had rain all week, or drizzles all weekend, and it was very nice.
Yep.
Loved it. It's Howdy Tuesday time, evening all from our Quibido. We have Christopher Scholes. Hello, everyone. We have Brandon Jones, who placed his order on Friday. Did you see that?
Huh.
He placed his order on Friday. He's on the member sheet already. We got that done on Friday.
What vehicle?
Maverick. He's finally placing his Maverick.
Yeah, we're getting kind of. We'll talk about that.
Ghost Dang, good evening, everyone. I hope all is well. We have Craig Mock here. Hey, everyone. We have Bucko at Ridgeview. Thumbs up. Probably said hi to her. We have Elizabeth Kittrell. Woohoo! I'm not late tonight. And a lot of these are from before we started the stream. Hope all is well with y'all. From Gino Abine. We have Midcoast Maine. Howdy, Ridgeview, and everyone from the Rocky Coast. Eric Kissel. I did receive your email. I have not had a chance to reply to it yet, but we'll get you set up with a salesman so we can get stuff going.
Yeah, I think, and it's actually a good question to find out whether or not that we call them ICI offers that are sent out to customers, whether or not that works on a Maverick. In the past, it hadn't, but they might have changed it now. And I know that we're going to talk about it's available on a vehicle that it hasn't been in the past. So maybe the Maverick it will be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We have Marine Vet, and he just purchased a Maverick from his local dealer.
Yes, which is awesome.
He's still planning to buy his Bronco. Randy Akers, his is on the truck to get here.
Oh, cool.
I'm keeping up with
things. On the truck. So it'll be here tomorrow then, probably.
No, sorry, it's on the rail.
Oh, on the rail.
My
Okay.
brain.
Train or truck?
Train.
Truck means it's on the car
On the
hauler.
way.
Car hauler. Once we see that, like sometimes that happens at night. That means
Yeah.
it'll be here the next day.
And I only
But
know this
train, yeah, it's
because I
different.
happened to look them up because I don't. Why was I looking? I was looking them up for a reason today. I just had a feeling, and his just happened to be loaded onto the rail today.
Cool.
So, good evening from soggy Southern California. My wife loves Shadow Black with Black Appearance Package. From Brian Foster. We have Brandon Erkey, who has a question. With a 23 keypad that was available last year but not this year, would you be able to use it on 24? So, like, you have the aftermarket keypad for the Bronco from 23. Would it work on the 24?
Okay, so I think
Ragnar answered yes.
Okay. I heard there's some programming involved there though, because somebody reached out to me and asked how to if he got the aftermarket one, if it wasn't done at the dealer, he could program it. And I says, yeah, in the past you just had to program, you got instructions, but they're saying now you have to do something like a forescan or something.
Because now you have to because there's two different parts. There's the remote start part and the ones for that don't have remote start, and that takes both of those you have to.
I think either one. I don't know. This customer, I didn't ask if he had a remote start. Maybe that was the issue.
Ridgeview, the reason Tony still had his keys for PDI was because the keypad won't configure like it needs to. We're working on a fix. It will be done.
Ford, just stop taking the keypad off. That's all they got to do.
Yep.
Just let it be an option. Why is that a big deal? Just do it at the factory.
Mab Sim for 9 months, 3/4 of a year. You'll hit a year right around that Carlisle time.
Yeah, not sure if we're gonna be there this year, but
Mab Sim, what? You didn't wait for me to start?
Sorry.
Anthony, hello, Tim, Sarah, and everyone. Mike M, member for 26 months. Time passes so fast. Good evening.
Hey,
everyone.
Maybe we'll see him in Tennessee and he take us Gates Cove again.
You will see him.
Yeah.
They were asking me if I would go to Tennessee. So that's more of you and Mom. That's your trip.
Yeah.
We have Ninjas Are Real, breaking news, Super Bowl Sunday halftime entertainment. And Ninjas Are Real is not a member, but I just had to highlight this one because it's so good. He's our regular manual advocate in our chat every Tuesday night. Breaking news, Super Bowl Sunday halftime entertainment with ushers being canceled, replacing his live performance with educational demo on how to drive a manual clutch, brought to you by Save the Manuals. I like it.
I heard that because we were in Vegas last week. I heard that they're doing some sort of like get together in this nightclub at like one of the hotels or whatever, and it's going to be like Snoop Dogg and Usher after the concert, after the thing and everything. I don't know, whatever. I don't know if you guys have you heard all the conspiracy that everything matches up because the Chiefs are going to win because of the connection with what's her name, the singer
Taylor Swift,
because her number is 13. She's got an album out about 13, and so like all these things that add up to 13. Like if you take 100 and you subtract, now I can't think of anybody's name. The football player that she's in a relationship with, he's 87. So you subtract that's 13. And then if you look at when it's the Super Bowl's on 2-11, if you add 2 and 11, it's 13. The 49ers, you had the 4 and the 9 is a lot. It's 13. There's come up with all these concerns of why they are. And then I guess her flight from Japan to the U.S. is 13 hours. All these things. Like,
you know what that's telling me? They're unlucky.
Yeah.
I know it's her lucky number, but
Super Bowl, what's it? Super Bowl 58, 5 and 8 is 13. It's like all these things.
Oh my God.
It's funny. And I'm gonna really laugh if it starts at like 6:13 a.m. like 13 minutes. If the kickoff starts exactly 13 minutes after the hour, I'm gonna laugh. Anyway. Okay.
At that point, it is not a conspiracy. They are rigging everything.
Yeah, we'll see. And the Chiefs should win by 13. Field goal. That's 2 field goals and a touchdown, right?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I just barely know enough to be able to cheer.
All right. That it for our members? Maybe.
Yeah, that's all I
We
had.
got Vols just
Yeah,
popped
Vols.
in. All right. Which
They're saying-
username will Johnny log in? We did fix
We
this.
got it
We got it
fixed.
fixed. So anyway. All right.
I accidentally blocked him from the entire channel, 2 weeks ago. We got it fixed.
Yep.
Maybe
So we
that
didn't
was-
actually put him
yeah.
in time. I actually blocked him on accident. All right. He's okay. He's not mad. So he understands. He's got a channel. He knows how it works. All right. So what else we got here? What's next? Good dealer moment. You got one of them? Oh, don't forget about the channels we support. Always have those linked in the description of either the show notes as well as the like the podcast notes as well as this. So check out those different channels, including Johnny's Car Care Reviews, All Terrain Nation, which they were on last night, which Ali has got her own channel over there. Plus several of our members that have their own channels, like RagnarCon has his own channel. So check out his videos. I like his videos. He does this kind of like me. He's at the same time to take as I do on some of installing things on his Bronco, and I like his videos.
Mhm.
So similar styles. So anyway, and then of course check out my channel, personal channel, and if you want any merch, our merch shop is open, and I don't know if there's any. There might be some
All right.
coupons going on. All right, you ready for
Yes.
the dealer highlight?
I just had to open my Google browse, my Google thing, so I could see it. This
All right.
one, most of these are coming from Maverick Truck Club anymore, since I now get their form responses.
If you have a good dealer you've worked with, go ahead and send it to us, email it
Mhm.
to us, and we can highlight it as well. But
Yep.
other than that, we'll use Maverick Truck Club.
Yep. All right. This one is from James. Have been shopping Maverick for almost 2 years. Found a new 24 XL hybrid on 119 on Carfax/Auto Trader, listed by Larkin Ford. Sent inquiry. James oh wait, sorry, this isn't from James. That's the salesman's name. This is from. Okay, I don't have a name listed here. This is from Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Anyways, all right. James responded very quickly. Long story short, they held it for me for a week to arrange payment and a ride up there with no deposit, verbal only. For sticker, it was a canceled special order. My son refused to believe it. I highly recommend them. They don't mark up over sticker for any vehicles. Nice small town, home field dealership. Thanks, DS.
All right.
So James at Larkin Ford in Texas. No, wait, Indiana. Connorsville, Indiana.
All right. Well, there you go. I'm gonna try some.
What are you doing?
Well, we're gonna do our scheduling. So I like to do this.
Gonna take my name. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
For that part. All right. Anything else?
No.
We ready for scheduling?
Yes, we are.
About 30 minutes in. You know what? That's all right. Hope you guys enjoy us chatting about what's going on and everything. And shout out to the members and everything. But all right. So we're getting scheduling information here. We ready for that?
Yes.
All right. So for this week's scheduling, we actually have some extra stuff this week because we're going to talk about what's scheduling for this week. But then we're also going to go ahead and talk about what's the Ford's plan for April production, which is start scheduling in a couple weeks with a new reset of allocations for that month for dealers. And so we're going to talk about both. So we'll first go through this week's allocations and this week's scheduling information first, and then we'll get into that. But before we do that, let's go over here and go through some of the terms we'll be talking about. So, all right. So this week, of course, order banks is where the dealer places all orders, stock and retail orders. And a retail order is a customer placed order. So we call it a retail orders in our business. A stock order is where a customer places an order by the dealer for stock or lot inventory. So that happens usually if there's the dealer knows they're going to get some allocations, but they don't have any retail orders. They need to make sure to put some stock orders because regardless, those allocations need to be used. If they don't, Ford will put in some of their own orders. They call them sim orders. And then we end up taking something that they want us to take, configuration they want us to take. Priority codes, it's priority given a priority a dealer is giving to orders. Retail orders can be anywhere from an 03 to 19, and then stock orders are 20 to 80. As you notice, lower the better. So retail orders always looked at before a stock order. Scheduling, that's when Ford schedules an order for production dates in the future months. That's what we're going to be talking about here is what Ford is going to be scheduling, what constraints might happen because of that, and when they're scheduling out the orders for this week. Production date, and that is, as we mentioned, they're going to schedule for a date in the future. They'll schedule to the week or to the day when Ford plans to build their vehicle or their order. Allocations. We bring up allocations because Ford gives dealer allocations to schedule the orders. An order cannot be scheduled without an allocation. So if a dealer is out of allocations, they're not going to have any of their orders scheduled. Even if there's orders in there, if they haven't earned any allocations, that order will not get scheduled. And the allocations are earned by sales volume for each model within the region. There's a formula that they come up with, volume, like sales volume minus what's coming in or what's in stock. So like for us, we're not getting any allocations for Maverick because we have over 100 Mavericks that are supposed to show up in February. And based on what we sell, plus what more is supposed to come in, that's why we didn't get any allocations. So there's that's kind of the formula there. Constraints, those are options that may be in short supply or take longer to build. Capacity, that's the planned production rate for a given motor trimmer option. So they'll have a certain capacity. If they have more orders and what their capacity is, that's where that constraint starts to come in play. Jobs 1 and 2, that's production run within a model year. They split those into 2 in case they need to make any changes or introduce a new trim or something different that's not maybe available at the launch of the model year. We're going to actually talk about job 2 on a lot of things here in this part of the video. And then balance out, that's the end of production or balance out for production for a particular option model or maybe even sunsetting the model altogether. There we go. So there's that information. So yeah, there you go. All right. So we're going to talk about, of course, what's scheduling for this week. So the week of February 5th. So this week, that usually happens on Thursdays. And so first, we'll talk about the 24 model year Mustang. So the Mustang has about 992 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. This week, they are not planning to schedule. So there's no notes in here since they're not planning to schedule. And the order banks are open up if you want to order a vehicle, even a dark horse. I would ask your dealer if you're wanting to place a dark horse order that if they have any dark horse allocations. So we've had 2 dark horses show up. We're supposed to get 5 for the year. We don't know when, what month we're going to get those. Usually we find that out close to the beginning of the month. So, all right. And just out of curiosity, I do actually have notes in here of what they made, how many vehicles were built last month. And let's actually just kind of look through this. I might need my glasses for this. All right. So Mavericks or Mustangs, sorry. Where's the Mustang? Oh, it's up here with the cars. Well, where is it? Oh, here it is. Mustang. So, looks like in January, there were 3,771 Mavericks or Mustangs sold in January, which is pretty awesome. There was 4,000 the year before, so it's a little decrease from the year before. And then production, they built 5,926 Mustangs in January, which is pretty cool. All right. Next is the 24 model year Escape. There's currently 502 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank, so not a lot in there. They are not scheduling this week, so there's no scheduling notes for the Escape. The order banks are open up if you want to place an Escape, including the plug-in hybrid version And let's see if I can find this as quick as I did the last one. Here we go. All right. So January production, they made 10,000, or no, we sold 10,889 escapes last month sold. So that is an increase from the year before. And then production wise, they produced 15,723 escapes, which is pretty impressive. So pretty good number there. All right, moving to the next one, 24 model year Bronco Sport. 271 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are doing cleanup scheduling. So cleanup scheduling means that if there's a dealer has a leftover allocation that needs to be fulfilled, they want to try to clean that up and get the dealer's allocation. So they are going to be scheduling for the weeks of March 4th through March 25th. And there is no scheduling for Badlands until mid-March. Let's see, we actually had notes last week. Because there are several of these that weren't going to be scheduling for the Bronco Sport. So 0% Big Ben and freewheeling with the convenience package. So Big Ben without it and freewheeling without the convenience package would get scheduled, but 0% with the package. 0% black appearance packages are going to schedule, and 0% Outer Banks with the tech package. So if you don't have those extra convenience and tech packages, you could get scheduled. So that's what they're looking for. So just kind of a note on that. Does say limited availability for the black appearance package. We know it's not scheduling based on the notes that we have. Exhaust availability for the Big Ben and the Outer Banks. And then also it says the tech package, which we know they're not planning to schedule. So order banks are open up for the Bronco Sport. So I did have a lot of people say, you said exhausted on the 2-hole EcoBoost. Correct. They don't plan to schedule the Badlands right now. So try to find one of the dealers a lot would be the best case scenario. They're out there at dealers and they should be going sticker or under on their Bronco Sports. And there's some really good incentives on those right now, like 0% for certain terms on that. So let's talk about Bronco Sport. So last month's sales for the Bronco Sport, they sold 9,821 Bronco Sports last month, and they produced, got to find the right plant. There it is. They produced 14,639. So that plant made 30,000 vehicles last month at Hermosillo. That is crazy. We'll talk. Yeah, you guys can do the subtraction for the Maverick because we'll get to Maverick in a second. All right, next is the 24 model year Edge. There is currently 569 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are not scheduling this week. And we're going to talk about the order bank in just a second because I believe it's closed now, or it's closing soon. We'll talk about that in just a second when we get to some dealer news updates. Yeah, it's the Edge is ending, so it's almost over. But how did they do in sales and such? So they sold 7,402 Edges last month, and they made 9,451. So they actually made less than what they sold. So, yeah, anyway. All right, next is the 24 model year Ranger. There's currently 1,747 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are not scheduling this week. So they've already planned the vehicles they plan to build in March already. So they're not going to be scheduling anymore. It looks like for the most part, they might change that for next week. We'll just see. Order banks are open up for the Ranger, by the way. If you're wanting to place an order, you should be able to do that. Shouldn't take too long to get one. Again, it depends on dealer allocations versus how many orders they have. And sales, I probably didn't sell a lot of Rangers last month. 303. There are dealers that had 23 Rangers. That's crazy. So 300 Rangers sold, all 23s. Nobody's got 24s yet. But they did make 2,644 Rangers last month. So they just launched and started building those in January. All right, next is a 24 model year Bronco. Currently only 3,734 unscheduled retail orders. Bronco is getting close. It is getting close to being caught up there. They are scheduling this week. They're doing cleanup scheduling. So again, if a dealer has an allocation that they haven't fulfilled yet, they need to fulfill. They'll try to fit that in based on what they have availability. and that's their goal there. Priority scheduling, it does say for Raptor, Heritage, and Heritage Limited. So if a dealer has an allocation, did not get those Heritage and Heritage Limited and Raptor scheduled, they're going to prioritize those for those dealers. Production weeks, the weeks of 4/3 through 4/25. And they actually, if dealers didn't have Heritage Limited orders or Raptor orders in their order system, but they have allocations, then Ford is actually creating orders. So they're generating orders for them to fulfill that allocation. So dealers, if you have one, put something in there will sell, and don't count on Ford putting it in there, because you never know what they're going to give you. So, and then other than that, Raptor orders will require a mix in the order bank of 70% with the standard wheel, 30% with the optional wheel. That's a beadlock wheel, and then 50/50 for vinyl and leather. So there you go. Order banks are open up for the Bronco, with the exception of the Heritage and Heritage Limited. We actually had somebody this week that had their Heritage come in, and they wanted to reorder a Heritage, and we're like, you can't order a Heritage. You might want to take the one that came in for you. All right, let's talk about sales for the Bronco. Broncos sold, there were 7,427 Broncos sold last month in January, and there were 12,143 that were built. So when you think that through, only 3,000 left. Looking pretty good for the Bronco and getting those orders. And also, it's good for people that want to spec order their own Bronco, being able to get one pretty quickly scheduled, right? So you can get that done as well. But look on dealer lots. There's a lot of dealers that actually have Broncos available. Look on those lots, see what they're priced. I mean, we have check out ours. We have a lot of Broncos on our lot that are discounted below MSRP. So look for that, including Raptors. We have Raptors below MSRP, folks. So if you're looking for one of those, no need to order if a color we have in stock will work for you. So, all right. Moving on, 24 model year Maverick. So there is currently 20,358 unscheduled retail orders for the Maverick. They are doing cleanup scheduling. Again, that means if a dealer has an allocation that needs to be fulfilled, they want to try to fulfill that. But it has to fit what they're needing and what they can fit into their production run for March, because they're scheduling for the weeks of March 4th through March 25th. So here are some things that are limited availability. And the reason they have this is so that dealers can look and go, okay, I have some allocations that need to be used. What are some configurations that I can get scheduled? And if I don't have a retail order, you might have to put a stock order in to fulfill that allocation. That's just how that works. And so that's what these different exhaustive and limited availability names and the terminology is for. It's for dealers to help fulfill those orders. So limited availability for the hybrid, as well as the Ford Copilot 360. That hasn't been in there in the past. It is there for right now for this week. Again, this is just weekly notes here. Exhaust availability for the XL version. Also for it mentions automatic transmission, which they're all automatic, but this is the CC. This is the hybrid transmission. And then the black appearance package as well is in there, listed as exhaust availability. Splash in spray and bed liner. I laugh because it's included in all your Lariats. So does that affect your Lariats? I said this is going to come back to Hot Ford, and it is. Anyway, tonneau cover, hard trifold, the splash guards, and then also the tire that's standard on that's available. It says available on the XL and XLT. I don't know if it's the standard one or the one that's optional. Order banks are open up for the Maverick. I would probably, if I were you, putting in an order, try to stay away from the XL trim. There you go. If you want to get one fast, go to EcoBoost. That might work. Now let's talk about sales for the Maverick. By the way, Maverick outsold the Toyota Tacoma in January. Yes, they did that. 12,443 Mavericks were sold in the month of January, beat Tacoma, and they produced 16,269. So again, as I mentioned, that plant built over 30,000 vehicles at the Hermosillo plant. So that is a good plant. They do good quality work as well there. So, all right. And I don't think I already said order banks are open up for the Maverick. Next is a 24 model year Explorer. There's currently 437 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for those. They are not scheduled this week, so that we don't have any notes in here for the Explorer. We're going to talk about the order banks for both the 24 and 25 a little bit later in the live stream. But for those watching just a segment, I think the order bank is closing to 9 for 24 and is open for the 25. Because I forgot people may just watch this and not the other.
So should we be checking with our Explorer order customers and asking if they want their 24 or if they're planning to move to 25?
Dealers should. We don't have any retail orders.
Okay, we're good then.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Just making sure.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about Explorer sales and such.
We had that people do that with the Bronco. They didn't want their 23 anymore.
Oh yeah.
They wanted the 24.
Explorer sold 18,835 vehicles last month in January, and they produced 21,835 vehicles last month. So that's pretty good. It's a lot. 24 model year Expedition. There's currently 605 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are not scheduling this week, so there's no scheduling notes in here to go over. Nothing that needs to be done. Order banks are open up for the 24 model year Expedition. And then let's see how many did they sell last month. They sold 5,466 last month, and they built 9,324. So pretty good. All right. And that's built in the same place as the Super Duty down in Kentucky. All right. Next, 24 model year Mach-e. There's currently 52 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. No scheduling this week either. No scheduling, and it doesn't mention Lightning, but no scheduling for Lightning either. Neither one or e-Transit. No electric vehicles are getting scheduled this week. And the order banks are open up for all versions of the Mach-e with your local dealer. You will not find it on the website. You will not find a build and price or a build to buy on the website for Mach-e or for Lightning, but your dealer can order them for you in their system. So there you go. And then let's talk about sales and such last month. So last month, Mustang Mach-e, they sold 1,295 vehicles last month, and they produced 3,454. So there you go, and at that plant. All right, next, 24 model year Super Duty. I always take a deep breath when I start this. There's currently 20,393 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are scheduling at the Kentucky truck plant. They're scheduling for the weeks of 219 through 325. They are not scheduling at the Ohio assembly plant. So vehicles are going to be built there. It won't get scheduled. They are, it says required orders. It's not saying that they want more. It says required. This is very important. 20 F-250s and F-350 XL regular or crew cabs with a 6.8 liter engine without the heavy duty alternator and the fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package is needed. They need those orders. Please note that the failure to put in a 6.8 liter order will result in creation within the next 2 weeks. So they're gonna give dealers these. So they gotta take. It sounds like they're saying you gotta take them. So we'll see. I know we had some scheduled. So we have some that are getting built because of this. 24 model year XL 6.8 liter gas Super Duty pickups will be excluded from the wholesale availability formula. So it's just kind of telling dealers that normally if you have ones, you have like so long to be able to sell it. If you have vehicles on there, it counts against you for allocations. They're saying now you're given longer before that's going to count against you for allocations. So so dealers feel better about it. So order banks are open up for the 24 model year Super Duty. Some limited availability options is the F550 and F600 chassis cabs, the limited version, the 6.7 Power Stroke diesel engine, and the high output diesel engine. The fuel tank that's included with the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel engine for the XL, XLT, or Lariat F350, 450, 550, and 600s. Also, the 20-inch polished in dark carbonized gray high gloss painted wheel So those standard on the limited F250 and F350 single rear wheel. That might be why that one's limited availability. Also, the 245/70R 19.5 G tire that's standard on the chassis cab F600s with the XL and XLT is limited, as well as the traction wheel tire, that 19.5, that's optional on the F600 XL and XLT. That's where we're having some issues here. Then we do have the 18-inch machine and painted alloy that's included in the trimmer off-road package is limited availability as well. So if you have that trimmer, know that you may not get scheduled, and there's a likeliness that it may not happen. Also, the other traction tire that's standard on the F450 is also limited availability. The 4x4 front axle that's optional on the F450, F550, and 600 is limited availability. The 17-inch Argent painted steel with the painted hub covers and center ornaments that's standard on XL, F250, and F350, as well as the 18-inch Argent painted steel with the painted hub cover center ornaments standard on the F350 single rear wheel regular cab and optional on the F350 XL is limited. And then the onboard scales and smart hitch, which I hate seeing, is optional on the XL, XLT, and Lariat pickups, is not available with the two-wheel drive. So you want to make sure that's four-wheel drive if you still want that. The 203-inch wheelbase fuel tank with the low sulfur diesel fuel, that is limited. The transfer case that's standard on the F600 4x4 with the 7.3 gas or the 6.7 diesel engine, and the 193-inch wheelbase or 205-inch wheelbase for the chassis cabs. Tailgate step, I haven't seen that. I don't think that one was on here before. Tailgate step, which is includes the step and the handle. That's optional on the XL, XLT, and Lariat. That is also limited availability. Lug nut cap for the F250 and 450 pickups with the four-wheel drive, single rear wheel, 20-inch chrome wheel, or the polished and dark carbonized gray painted alloy wheel. And then the camera harness with the rear view camera. That's what you find on those cabin chassis. That's also. So there you go. We got some things there. A lot of those have to do with the bigger trucks. We don't see a lot of things on here for most of the F250s and 350s, but there you go. And, I do want to bring up and kind of take note of here is a lot of people are saying, okay, Ford's pushing these other ones. Why don't they fulfill the other orders instead? Well, the problem is they're probably capped on how many diesels they can make. They only have so much capacity for diesel engines. They have a certain capacity for the 6.8. They need more orders because they have a lower number of orders for the 6.8. That's why they need those. They can't make any more diesels than what they have diesel engines, right? So it's kind of like, when you run out of one thing in your kitchen, right? You run out of, you might run out of cheese, but you didn't run out of tortillas, right? But you may not be able to, you might not be able to make it because, you might be able to make bean tortillas, right? But not bean and cheese tortillas, right? It's kind of one of those things. So you might be out of one thing. You can still make the others, right? So in this case, they have the 6.8s they need, but they are out of, they're capped out on how many diesels they have because of how many orders there are. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's talk about Super Duty production and sales. Last month, if I can find it. Oh, they're mentioning all the F-Series together here. So all F-Series, they sold 48,702 F-150s and Super Duties, right? So that's pretty cool. That's not including the Lightning. And for production, for Super Duty, they built 38,490. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go further away. 33,490 Super Duties last month. So there you go. All right. Moving to the 24 model year F-150. Currently 5,276 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. They are scheduling for the week of March 25th. And this is 24 model year job 1 balance out. We're going to talk about job 2 in just a second. Cancellations will be shut off on Thursday, February 8th, and then they may need to put some sim orders in. That's a limit availability for the Raptor R. That's the 803A, as well as the 18-inch black painted aluminum wheel. That's wheel 641. And the running boards that's optional on the 101A, 103A, that's also included with the 201A, and standard on the 301A and higher classes. So that is also, that running board is a problem there. So anyway, order banks are open up right now. And yeah, we're going to talk about job 2. So if you're looking for that, job 2 is going to be starting real soon. We're going to get into some notes on that, and we get into next month's production in just a second with that one there. And like I said, we already showed what Super Duties were being, or what F Series were sold, but F-150s built was 26,368 F-150s were built last month. Now, lastly, 24 model year Transit, currently 6,007 unscheduled retail orders. They didn't schedule last week. They didn't really take any retail orders last week either, looks like. They're scheduled for the production weeks of 4/1 through 4/8. So they're already starting to schedule for April. So we're going to talk about that in a second. We encourage dealers to submit orders for the 3.5 liter PFDI V6 engine instead of the EcoBoost. And it also says an electric, the E-Transit. So they need orders for the E-Transit. So there you go. Also, opportunity to schedule trail vans. So if you want the Transit Trail, they need some orders for that. So limit availability for the high roof long van, the high roof long passenger van, the low roof passenger van, the medium roof passenger van, as well as the digital rearview camera, the 5th row bench seats, and the 12-seat passenger configurations. So those are limited. Order banks are open up for the 24 model year Transit. And let's see, how many did they sell last month? So see if I can find that. Transit, they sold 14,191 Transits and 1,121 E-Transits. Forgot to mention the Lightnings earlier, but they sold 2,258 Lightnings last month. We were actually 6th last month in the nation in Lightning sales, by the way. And then let's see here, for Transit production, they built 15,646 last month. So just kind of, I don't know if you guys wanted to know that information, but there you go. Now, all right, so that's kind of information on what's scheduling for this week. Now, I want to, the next part of this, I want to kind of talk about what's going on for next month, which should start scheduling. We're going to talk about April production dates and what's being produced in April and some of the notes for April production. And so some of the scheduling won't happen for a couple weeks. So we probably have, they're scheduled this week for March production dates yet, and maybe next week. So we'll, so this is coming up pretty soon. So I don't know if next week will be the start of April production dates or not, but let's kind of go over those here for us. It's funny, they didn't change the dates in here. This isn't the right ones. That's why. All right. Here it is. All right. Now I got the right notes. That would have been embarrassing to go over all that. Okay, so this is the right notes for April production dates. First, let's talk about the 24 model year Mustang. So they are going to be scheduling for 4 weeks of production, April 1st through April 22nd. Of the production, about 2% of the production will be the California Special. About 45% will be the 5.0 liter GT engine mix. So there you go. That's the national numbers for that. And then Dark Horse, they're going to be scheduling that for 4-week production run as well. And they do say the handling package and the carbon fiber wheel will resume production in April. So that is something they've been holding off and not producing, and is back. So if you have that order, hopefully you get lucky, get scheduled while they're producing that. So there you go. And they don't actually give us the production numbers planned this time. It's all the numbers are blank, so they're not giving us that number like they did last month. All right, 24 model year Escape. They are going to be scheduled for 4 weeks of production as well. 39% the ST line, 0% hybrid. So they're not planning to produce any hybrids in the month of April, and 45% active trim. So between active and ST line, that's almost 100% of their production, or a pretty good chunk number there. I guess it's not 100. You guys could do the math on that. But also, they are planning to schedule Escape plug-in hybrid as well. Though 4 weeks of production, again, no notes on that. There usually aren't any major constraints on the plug-in hybrid. All right, 24 model year Bronco Sport. They are scheduling Bronco Sport for 4 weeks of production. Here is the mix. It says 0% Big Ben and freewheeling with the convenience package. So they must be having some issues with the convenience package. 0% again this month, or for April as well. 0% Big Ben with the black package, and 0% Badlands. So we again, they did tell us on Badlands they weren't going to be scheduling those till mid-March. So we know in February they weren't going to be scheduling them for April. So we're talking May build dates for any Badlands. So hopefully, if you're looking to do a custom order, at this point, you're just going to need to look for a dealer that has an order, because no convenience packages or that. But they did exclude from this what they did last month, which was the Outer Banks with the tech package. That is not listed. So maybe if you're looking for an Outer Banks with a tech package, you can get it scheduled for an April production date. All right. Let's see. 24 model year Edge. It is they're going to be scheduling for April build dates. They should be balancing out that. I believe it doesn't say balance out in here, but we should be getting done. I heard at the end of April was the end of production for Edge completely. 25% SEL trim, 38% titanium trim. So that's looks like that's what they're kind of the mix there, and then probably a percentage of the others. No STs though. Don't forget about that. Next is 24 model year Bronco. They are scheduling 4 weeks of production in April. 75% hardtop. That is up. Normally it's 67%, so that is an increase. More hardtops being built. That means 3/4 of the Broncos being built will be hardtop. So again, no constraints there on the hardtop. 50% the 2.7 liter engine. That does not mean 50% 2.3 because we have the 3.0, right? So a big chunk of 2.7 production as well. And then 30% Sasquatch. So that number is actually down. So if you're looking to get the Sasquatch package, still, even with only 37 orders, I don't think you need to be worried about any configuration for the Bronco. Bronco Raptor, they are scheduling for 4 weeks of production there. 25% marine grade vinyl, 75% leather, 35% standard wheel, and 65% the B-lock wheel on the Raptor. And then Heritage Limited Edition for those dealers that still need theirs built and scheduled. 4 weeks of production for that. 87% two-door, 13% four-door on the Heritage Limited Edition. Again, Heritage Limited Edition, every dealer gets one. So we've already gotten ours. So I kind of throw that out because I know that we're not going to get another one. But all right, 24 model year Explorer. They are scheduling for 3 weeks of production, weeks of April 1st through April 15th. 50% will be XLT. Again, same way it was last month. Stop build on Platinum, ST, and King Ranch without the trailer tow package. So it has to have the trailer tow package if you want a Platinum, ST line, or King Ranch. If you want a limited 300A, it needs to not have the tow package. So it just means the opposite on that one. So it does say stop build on a limited 300A with the trailer tow. So make sure you know that. And we're going to talk about Explorer during the dealer news updates in just a second. 24 model year Expedition. They are scheduled for 4 weeks of production in April. 0% 302A, 18% XLT, standard wheel available on the Platinum. That has not been available for a while. It is now back available. So standard wheel available on Platinum. And then it says less XLT and more 303A and above. So not sure what that exactly they mean by that. But anyway, there you go. 24 model year Maverick. They are scheduled for 4 weeks of production in April. 55% hybrid, 23% XL, 47% XLT, 30% Lariat. Those numbers have stayed constant for the whole year. So that's exactly what they're going to do again for April production dates. 24 model year Ranger. They're scheduled for 4 weeks of production in April. There's no notes in here whatsoever. Ranger Raptor also scheduled for 4 weeks of production. Again, no notes there either of needing to be done. Next is 24 model year F-150, scheduled for 4 weeks of production. Job 2 startup in April. And we bring that up because Job 2 is where we're going to see the Tremor as well as the Pro Access tailgate that is available on the bed utility package for the Lariat, as well as the 402A Tremor and also going to be standard on King Ranch and Platinum. So Pro Access Tailgate, if you've been scheduled already, it's not going to have that. So they're going to job 2 is we don't know when in April that the job 2 is going to startup is. It just says in here job 2 startup, but that is good to see that, and hopefully we'll see an order guide on the trimmer pretty soon. F-150 Raptor, they're scheduling for 4 weeks of production, 70% the Raptor, 30% the Raptor 37. And it looks like they're not going to produce a Raptor R in April. So if you're waiting for that Raptor R, take the month off because you're not going to get scheduled. All right. 24 model year Super Duty, scheduling for 4 weeks of production in April again. 84% the 44G transmission, which is standard on the transmission standard on the 6.7 liter engines and the 7.3 liter. Again, they need the 6.8 liter XL and XLT orders. 24 model year Transit, scheduled for 2 weeks of production in April 15th through April 22nd. So we already know they're scheduling this week for the first 2 weeks in April, and then they're going to be scheduling for the allocations for allocations for February will be for 2 weeks of production. Limit availability on the 3.5 EcoBoost, and they need Transit Trail orders. So there you go. And then if you didn't hear them, here are the ones that are not scheduling for the entire month. F-150 Raptor R we talked about, as well as all your Model E vehicles. Mach-E, E-Transit, and Lightning are not scheduling and not producing in April. They're not going to produce one vehicle in April. 24 model year balance out for April will be the Edge and Explorer. So those are going to be balancing out in April. So there you go. There's that. So that is all the information for scheduling for, and as well as for next month too. So, all right. Back to you, Sarah.
All right. I'm over here trying to plan things.
Well, you had plenty of time. I don't know. I went on forever there.
I went and got water.
Actually, it was 30 minutes. It's actually pretty good. Last week it was like 50 minutes. So
I went and got water too.
All right. So then now we have questions on scheduling. So you can just take care of those and I can take a break. You with us?
Yeah.
All right. Hit me. Questions.
All right.
Speed round.
Or just save them.
Been tagging them? Come on.
Yes, I have. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting scheduling ones. Ranger Raptor order has been in since May and still no build date.
Okay. Dealer needs an allocation.
Yep.
So it all comes down to allocations and orders. So you might check with your dealer, find out for one, how many orders they have for Raptor, where your order is in line with them. And then also if they are getting a Ranger Raptor allocation, because every dealer only gets one allocation. We still have not heard any news on whether or not dealers are going to get extra allocations for Ranger Raptor. So it all comes down to whether or not your dealer has already received their one allocation like we have. And if so, your order probably wasn't selected. So it may be a likeliness that yours won't get selected until they get more allocations. So it just comes down to that. So having that conversation with your dealer is very important to get that information. And you're probably going to be like enlightening them because they'll be like, oh, you know quite a bit about this allocation stuff. So you're going to need to talk to them.
All right. Now, if they are talking about ordering options, would you slot that into scheduling?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. I found a setting on my Lightning for glare-free headlights, and it works great. I actually much prefer it. Do you know if the 24 Super Duty can have this feature added on Forescan?
I didn't even know about that. Glare-free headlights. I did not. That's a new one to me. You might have to do some research on that because I don't.
We're going to do some research. We have not had any members order any new Rangers.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Not members. We've had some others.
We've had some others. Your vinyl wrap removal started a trend on Maverick Truck Club.
Yeah, they didn't even reference me either. Maybe it wasn't my video that started.
Is it true 2024 F-150 delays? Question why?
Delays. Yeah. We see that a lot when there's a new model. We saw that with Super Duty. We saw it with Escape, right? We saw some issues of, when there's something new introduced, you get new body panels being put on or a new screen or something. Sometimes we do see some issues with it going out because quality is important for them. They don't want to send vehicles out and have issues with it and have people having to come back for recalls, right? You guys don't want to receive vehicles that way. So because of that, Ford wants to make sure before they send those vehicles out that they are ready. And so, yes, there are probably delays. I don't know what they are. So there you go. Which, it's funny because, one of the things they said is that needs to be better is when they did the UAW strikes and give them all the raises and everything, they said quality's got to be there. And now we're already having an issue with that like we did before. So anyway, so hopefully it's fixed, and it probably has nothing to do with the workers. It has to do with software or something like that, which is not their control, right? So anyway.
All right. We have some Super Duty questions. Can you elaborate why the EPA sections on diesel vehicles is different from gas or hybrid vehicles? As, for example, the F600 has no EPA requirement.
Because those trucks are used for different purposes. Everybody's different. I mean, like an Expedition, I might be able to load it up, maybe put a trailer or whatever, but I'm going to drive it differently. If you put a bunch of stuff in the back of Super Duty and load it down, that EPA, what you're getting for fuel economy is not the same. And so because of that, they're not required to.
Yeah. Well, and most F600s getting ordered are cabin chassis, which
they're going to put beds on them.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason.
There's a whole range of beds that get put on them. Regular beds, most of the time a flat bed or a type of trailer bed that has boxes and cubbies and different.
Yep.
They spec them out all different ways, so they can't really put EPA.
Yeah.
To it. There's just no way to,
Yeah, you'll find that on almost all Super Ds. There's usually not EPA rating does not need to be on there, so they're not required to.
Yeah.
So,
about how long on average until you receive an F-250 once it's built?
Oh, once it's built. So he's one of our members that has.
He's on the rail right now.
Right? Oh, he's on the rail.
He's on the rail.
Usually once it ships out, I like to say once it's on the rail, 4 weeks is a good. Pretty accurate, but things can happen. We had some vehicles get held up in Kansas City. Heck, we still got those 2023 Mavericks sitting over there.
Yes.
In Kansas City. So anyway, yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm getting correct ones. Ordering F-350 Lariat 6.7 with Ultimate Package. Will fifth wheel gooseneck prep delay the order? I want Sport Appearance Package and Power Deployed Steps, but SA deletes Power Steps. How can I get both?
Okay, so you can take up this. You can't get both. So the Sport Package comes with the running boards for the Sport Appearance Package. So that's why you don't get power.
You can get deployable running boards through aftermarket, right? Or no?
Well, you're going to have to pay for them extra.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, you could take yours off and have power boards put on.
That's how you get both.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it. But yeah, because these appearance packages come with certain, like, it's kind of like saying, hey, I want that wheel, but I want this package. Well, the package comes with the wheels. This is the same way that the boards, they want the boards that come with that package. So that's why the power boards aren't available on that. So, but the fifth wheel gooseneck, it's delaying. If you noticed, we mentioned it earlier, but that was with a certain configuration. So, in the past, that fifth wheel gooseneck has actually has delayed some vehicles. But yeah, I'd say for the most part on most of your orders, if you don't have the high output, you're probably better off if you have the Lariat with the regular diesel. If you have the high output, that's going to delay it. But your configuration is pretty good otherwise, as long as you stay away from those bed accessories like spray liners, bed covers, the wheel well liners, all those bed accessories. Stay away from those if you want to get yours fast and have aftermarket put them on. Again, there's some people who are like, I disagree with you. I want to have it come on from the factory, but Whether you realize it or not, half of this stuff is dealer installed anymore. Ford is doing more dealer installed options and less at the factory, so they can make more vehicles and cheaper. And then instead have the dealerships put them on and pay them pennies on the dollar to have it done. And then the dealers are the ones that suffer. So
Yeah.
don't let me. I mean,
Yep.
I have no bias there at all, right?
Is the rumor true that Rangers are being held until the press demo in March?
I don't know. That's a rumor, but I don't know for a fact. I'll see if I can get anything out of anybody. Probably they're going to give me the old, verbiage that they normally give, but I'll ask. But that's what I heard. I heard not until they drive them, but which I understand if you need, you want them to drive them before they're out, but so go ahead and get them to drive them then. What are you waiting on? Let media drive them now, all right? And let's get them out into people's driveways. So, right?
Why build the hype if you can't get them out? If a build date is March 11th for my Maverick, how long after roughly can I see it at the dealer in Minnesota?
Okay, so you have a build date of March 11th. Again, just like I mentioned earlier, I like to see that it's on the rail before I like to give any estimate, because I usually say 4 weeks once it's on the rail. But again, that is assuming everything goes perfect, right? Because like I had that happen with a lot of my vehicles. I had an Expedition built and it didn't ship out for 2 months. So I can't say 4 weeks from when it's built, because if it sits there needing something or something goes wrong or whatever, there's a recall. Like we had a bunch of Mavericks that sat because they found a recall. And so before they shipped them out, they wanted to fix the recall and then they shipped them. So that's why I say once you see that you get the email that says it's been shipped, 4 weeks is a good guess. But again, there could be some things happen and it could hold it up. But I like to say, instead of just saying 4 weeks and then you'd be mad at me because it took 5 or 6, I like to just preface that on most cases, it's 4 weeks once it's shipped out. But there are some cases where that can be different.
All right. Ordered Bronco Raptor 12624, priority code 5. This week's report sounds promising for Raptor orders. Is this reasonable for with an order as recent as 126, priority code of 5, if they have an allocation?
Again, if they have the allocation and you're the only order they have or the first order they have. So we got to remember they're getting one allocation. And if they haven't used their allocation, then it's going to be probably the first order that was put in the system that will get scheduled. So that's how that'll work. So,
all right. And that is all the scheduling note questions that I had.
All right. We'll put these off to the side then. I got some dealer news updates to do.
Woohoo!
Only have a couple recalls. We'll get through dealer news updates. And then we'll go from there. So let me throw this up here first so we know what we did when.
Otherwise, it gets jumbled.
All right. So some dealer news updates. Like I mentioned earlier already about order bank closing. So the 24 model year Edge order bank does close February 9th. At 10 p.m. Eastern time. So if you are wanting to get that Edge order, you have until that date. No more Edge orders after that date. So there you go. So February 9th, COVP needs to be done by February 16th. Still need to do that on all orders. Send that in and verify that order. It's a real person, all that good stuff. So yeah, February 9th for the Edge, 24 model year Edge. 24 model year Explorer order bank closing is exactly the same day, same time as well. So that is also closing February 9th. I kind of mentioned that earlier. For those that just watched the scheduling news, I want to make sure that was included. So that is also then, and then speaking of the 24 model year or 25 model year Explorer, the order banks are open up now. So order banks are open up. We'll talk more about the Explorer and what's on my mind. We'll talk about what it looks like, some other things. But those order banks are open up, and the order guide's out. The build and price is on Ford's website as well, so you can build it out there or on our website. It's on there as well. All right. Next one is some pricing updates for the 24 model year Escape. In fact, they did maybe I should look at the second one because they did an update to it. It looks the same. I'll read the second one.
One word was misspelled.
I'll read the second one. It says, please be aware that a previously communicated announcement highlighted that the 750 discount on Escape ST line 1.5 with the Tech Pack 1 will be removed is no longer accurate. This discount will remain in place. The previous communication was announced on 2/5 and is indicated that this package would be removed effective February 7th. This communication is correct. That message and announce the continuation of this package discount. So Ford is continuing the following discount package on the 24 model year Escape. $750 discount on ST line 1.5 liter with, if you order it with the Tech Pack 1. So you get a package discount of $750. It says, please note that the following discount will also still remain the 24 model year Escape $500 discount on 2.0 liter EcoBoost engines. So there you go. So evidently they were going to remove the discount and they just said, nope, we're going to continue it. So, all right. So the first one said we're going to remove it. The second one says, nope, we're not. So maybe I didn't need to tell you anyway, but there you go. This other one is on the Blue Cruise in demo mode on the 24 model year vehicles that have Blue Cruise. So 24 model year Mach-E, all trims, F-150 Platinum, King Ranch, Lariat, Trimmer, XLT 302A, but believe it or not, you can get Blue Cruise on an F-150 XLT 302A and above. F-150 Lightning, Platinum Lariat, and Flash Edition. That's really weird. Oh, okay, because the XLT 302A on an F-150 is the same thing as a Flash. So, okay. Explorer, Platinum, Timberline, ST, and ST line. We're going for 25 model year. 24 model year Expedition Platinum. The lower one should get that as well. And some Lincoln vehicles. So they are going to come with the Blue Cruise activated. And the goal in that is that you can demonstrate with your customers on a demo drive how to use a Blue Cruise and how cool and how awesome it is and everything. So it'll be automatically activated for the demos. And then once it's sold to that customer, then they will get it for 90 days and then they will lose it. And it'll go back to just adaptive cruise basically at that point. But there you go. That's a dealer memo too. So a lot of those are memos to the dealers, but I like to share them to customers as well on some of that stuff. So, all right. And then every month there's usually some order guide updates, something that's changed on the order guide. And so I like to go through it and figure out and play Where's Waldo and figure out what has changed on the order guide. So there are several models that changed for this on February 1st. One of them being the Bronco Sport. So I looked to see, well, what changed on the Bronco Sport. So the only thing that changed was they had put on there originally that the Bronco Sport freewheeling package was not available for fleet, but yet they had some fleet options. So they had to remove those. So that's the change. Not a biggie. Maverick also had some changes to theirs. So here you go. Check this out. So one of the changes I found on the major changes was at one point they said they deleted the option for the front license plate bracket as an option. States that require front license plate, it was still there, but states that didn't, they removed the option. So we could not add a license plate bracket for those people that were out of state. Guess what? It has been removed as a deleted option. So you can order the optional front license plate bracket now on a Maverick. So some of you out there, if it's not too late, we could probably add that onto your order. So then it doesn't cost any extra or anything, and we can go ahead and put that on for you. Or if you have an order placed and hasn't been scheduled yet, we can make that change for you as well. So, and then you can also make that change with your local dealer. So again, this only impacts the dealers like us that like it's in a state that doesn't require a front license plate. Otherwise it's standard and it's still going to be coming that way. But there you go. So I thought that was weird why it wasn't like that way from the launch, but and I almost feel like these are all job twos. It doesn't say they're job two order guides, but because they made those changes right now, I feel like this might be a job two change. So like I said, sometimes job two means that they'll make some changes that if people are frustrated or something or supply issue, they'll make those changes. So evidently this is something that probably was people complained about. So also I also noticed, yeah. So then they added the front license plate bracket as optional on all the different trim levels. So the escape order guide changed as well. They revised the wording intelligent adaptive cruise control to adaptive cruise control. So they took out the word intelligent. I did look; all the features are the same. So they didn't change take away any features. I always felt like intelligent adaptive meant that it did the speed sign recognition as well. And then if it didn't have that, then you didn't get speed sign recognition, but it was included. So they just changed the name. It's no longer intelligent. It's just adaptive. Anyway, also the escape is now a registered trademark. So they added that little R to all the escape pages behind the word escape. Anyway, okay. And then on the F-150 Lightning, they added the vapor injection heat pump. They had said that was going to be included. It was not showing on the order guide until now. That has been added on there, as well as they added the dual e-motor LFP battery to the late availability options, which I thought it was there before, but they actually had a line item that they added it. So there you go. And then the Explorer order guide was changed, but I didn't really worry about it because in a couple of days you won't be able to order one anyway. So I didn't look through it that close. They also updated, they made some changes to transit and the F-150 police responder, but again, I didn't really look those over because there aren't a lot of our customers that are wondering about that. So there you go. You have to take a look at it yourself if you want to figure out what's different. If you've looked at the transit order guide, it is so confusing. It is not fun. It's
even more so than Super Duty.
Yes, it's similar. I should say. You know how many configurations there are for that? It's crazy.
I don't even try and look at it.
No,
I
is one of the
that to our fleet people.
That is one of the few vehicles. Where's my notes for the Explorer? Did I?
I leave that to Bill.
Yeah, that's the thing is most. I mean, there for a long time, I did not do videos on Super Duty because of that all that stuff. You'll notice right now when I do a video on the Super Duty about what's on all those, it's I do the pickup. I don't do the chassis cab. Most people are going to order a chassis cab or a transit. They're going to do it with a fleet dealer or fleet salesperson. So they're going to go in and have it done with somebody instead. So
yes,
Brandon said he needs a front license plate bracket.
I am getting to know Super Duty more. It's thanks to our new Super Duty fan base.
Yeah.
Our Super Duty friends that are popping in and asking all these questions. I now know what high output is, and I also know that it's constrained.
There you go. All right.
In fact, I got asked that question by one of our salesmen. Hey, what's up with this order? And I'm like, does that have high output? Yes, it does. Well, that would be it.
One thing I didn't mention earlier, should be a dealer news update. Bronco. So we talked about the ICI offers earlier, yes. Right? And ICI offers are ones that sometimes people get in the mail and say, hey, you get an extra rebate. If you a special offer just for you, if you come in and get a vehicle, usually it's up to $2,000, $750 on most models, $2,000 on like Expedition, Super Duty, F-150 usually. So that is now those one wasn't showing that the Bronco was eligible for the $750, but now it is. So if you got one of those offers, it can be used on your Bronco. So keep that in mind. But again, the Bronco has to arrive within the timeline, and a lot of these expire, I think, at the end and beginning of April. So your vehicle has to get here before then to use it. If it was available when you ordered. So to order now, you can lock in these. But there you go. And also X-Plan is available for the Bronco. So, but again, I haven't seen anything about the Maverick being included, so we'll just have to see. A lot of times your dealer can see if it's compatible with that model. They put the VIN number in and then see if the offer shows up that they get. So,
yep.
All right. Next is recalls. We ready for that?
Yes.
All right, we just have 2 recalls to go over. This one here is Customer Satisfaction Program 23B71. This is for certain 23 model year F-150 Expedition Navigators equipped with the 8.8-inch front axles. So This program goes into effect and through February 28th of 25. So usually whenever you see customer satisfaction program, that means it's not like a recall you need to go get taken care of right now, but that it's in effect for usually a year from the date it starts. So 290 vehicles are affected by this. And so the reason for this program is in some of the affected vehicles, it may be possible the front axle pinion may have been damaged during the manufacturing process. This may result in noise from the front axle assembly. If allowed to progress further without repair, customers may also experience front axle vibration. So if you have that and experience that, know to take that in. And so this is for 23 model year F-150 Expedition Navigators equipped with the 8.8-inch front axle. I don't know if you know if yours has an 8.8 inch. I got a 22 Expedition, so it doesn't matter. But there you go. And it's only 290 vehicles. So plus it would show up. You probably, does it say when? Yeah, letters are going to go out the week of February 19th. So if you get the letter, then you know it's you. All right. The other one is actually this is update number 8 to safety recall 22S27 for 2020 to 2022 model year Explorers with the rear axle bolt fracture. We've talked about this. This is the 8th time now we've brought this up. All right. So 224,413 vehicles are affected by this. And in this update, they've updated the part requirements and ordering information for service departments. And also the claim preparation for service departments and the technical information. So basically, this is just an update to the recall for service department so they know, hey, what parts are required. So they've updated that and updated with some different parts required for those. So, and I can go through why the recall. Letters have already been sent out, right? Parts. So on the police units, it says parts are now available in sufficient quantities, and a new police owner letter was mailed the week of June. Okay, so that's just an update, June 12th of 23. And then non-police units, letters went out June 6th of 22. So this recall's been out for a while. Most of you that have it will already have information on it. So I won't go over what is included in that one. It's a fracture bolt issue there. So, all right, that's it. Just those two.
All right. I did have a question on a recall.
I will say I hate questions on recalls because if I can't remember it, then it's difficult.
And we don't keep updated on them and what their fix is.
Yeah, I only go through like new updates or new recalls that come out. So it's hard for me
Do we have any idea on what kind of software they will do for the underhood fire recall on the Maverick?
Your service departments would know. I don't.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
And then he was wondering, he replaced.
There are instructions given in these recalls. I only go through like the first couple of pages.
Yeah.
Because I don't get into the technical side of that because most service departments will take care of it.
Yeah. But. He also asked, I replaced my door hinge hatch from a body shop last year before the CSP came out for the hinge. Can I get reimbursement for it? That would probably be a Ford customer support question.
Yeah. That's a good question. So.
All right, that's what I had for recall questions.
So you were ahead of the game before they realized it. All right. Okay. So I got the, and is it true for this week? This was an easy one. Is it true? You want to take that off?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So this week, Ford Vita guy last week stated it is it true that you could get your private offer would work on an in-stock retail unit? And I like to say that I was wrong. And we figured it out in the last part of the video. But for those of you that didn't watch the entire live stream, I kind of want to correct myself now. So I will fix my own mistake and let you know that we found out while we're on the live stream and read through the bolts a little bit more and got confirmation from the brand manager the next day that you cannot. So the private offer is good on your ordered vehicle and it will do a name match. So if you try to use it, it'll show that it's available, but then once you actually process through, then it'll show that it'll drop off of there. So when you first pull it, the VIN number of an in-stock retail unit, it'll look like it's available. But then once you actually put their name in there and then you push forward, then it disappears off. And then even if it does process, it says that you'll have a chargeback is what they call it. So you will need to, so dealers need to be aware of that. So you cannot, so it does have to, once they see that the name matches on the order, to when they do the paperwork, then that's when they get the private offer is initiated and then it's processed through.
So we have a customer who was going to purchase one with us, but once he found out he couldn't use that private offer on a stock unit, it had to be one with their name on it.
Yep.
They said, so can I order one from my dealer with her name on it? Because her name was the one that they purchased under, because they ordered one with the black appearance package and she didn't like it because it came with the blue dash. It was under her name. So if they order a second one under her name, can they still use that?
Yes. So we've had this happen. So as long as, I mean, you can have several orders. You can have an order with 2 different dealers. You get one private offer. It can be used on either one of those orders. So again, as long as the order of the vehicle is in your name. So it's a name match. So yes. So we had somebody that ordered one in. We got it in. We messed up and didn't include a certain package. So we reordered him again. And so that it can come in correctly. And we had one that we messed up on the drop ship.
Mm-hmm.
We have a drop ship to Hawaii. And we forgot to put the drop ship in there, so it came here. So we reordered for him with the correct drop ship to Hawaii, and so that would work, and he'll still get the private offer. So, and I did confirm that.
That's too bad.
With the brand manager.
That's too bad, because we actually have a Maverick going to Hawaii that the customer's not taking.
Oh, so I have to dealer trade it, huh?
And
that dealer is going to mark it up about $3 or $4 grand, because that's what
y'all
they do.
Want a Maverick and you live in Hawaii.
Hey, let's talk about Mavericks for a second. I wasn't going to, but while we're talking about it, you did repricing today, right?
Yes.
Did you notice our prices?
No.
So we made it very simple. All hybrids, no matter what trim level it is, sticker.
Okay.
All EcoBoost, no matter what trim level it is $500 below MSRP.
Ooh.
I don't think anybody else in the country is doing that kind of pricing. So there you go. Although Dennis think he did get a deal on one.
Yes,
that dealer.
Marine Vet did get a deal.
I'm actually surprised. I'm shocked at that. So,
so
you need to let us know. That's a good dealer, Dennis. You need to let us know so we can highlight them, because that's a good dealer. But there you go. So we just repriced all orders.
Dennis, send me an email.
What do we have? 35 in stock.
Yeah, here's 35, guys.
We got 100 coming in. Let's get them sold, and we want to continue to be the number 1 Maverick dealer in the country.
Come buy our
so
Mavericks.
we were first in Maverick sales in January in the country. 13 units ahead of second, so that's pretty cool. We want to continue that streak. We want to hit it hard, and so there you go. So we were first in the state last year in sales. We want to be first in the region. That'll probably be hard to do. There's some big dealers like Granger and Woodhouse. Yeah. That's gonna be hard to knock them off, but that's all right.
We'll do it.
We'll have fun.
Never say never.
All right. We'll just provide good vehicles at good prices, and never know what'll happen. All right. Okay. All right. Any other questions before I go to On My Mind? We're going to talk about the Explorer.
Are we going to talk about our Maverick allocations?
We don't have any. So I did actually mention it during the scheduling information. So when I went over allocations and such.
And this is why I rewatch scheduling notes.
So sometimes she dips out and gets something to drink or goes to the bathroom during that segment, which is a good idea. Yeah. So here's basically how allocations work. It's based on your sales volume. So according to Ford, we average about 38 sales a month for Mavericks. Based on that, they go, okay, for the next 6 months, 38 a month, this is how many vehicles you need in the next 6 months based on your sales volume currently, your 12-month rolling. Now, you need this many units. Here's how many you have in stock. Here's how many you have in transit that are on the rail coming your way. And here's how many that are being built in the next month or 2 months. So they look and add those numbers, they subtract it by what you need. And if that number is, if you have more coming in than what you need, what they think you need based on your current 12 months average, then you get 0. So that's what's happened to us the last 2 months. We have 0 allocations for March production and April production, which is going to really hurt. But I think we should be squared away for May, because we're really close to we were just barely a negative there. We're not really happy about it, because it was their choice to give us those allocations for January, February build dates. But that also means we have 100 Mavericks coming in this month. We also were supposed to get 100 last month, which didn't get. We sold 63. But So we'll have a bunch of Mavericks coming in. Hopefully that
Yeah.
carries over into March, and then we have some in stock that'll carry us into February. So
But
so sometimes we plan that way. So like F-150, one of the things we adjust our pricing based on that knowledge. So we knew, okay, here's what we have in stock, and we have the ones that we're waiting to come in right now on F-150 is 24s. Well, everybody knows we've been talking about that. There's a delay, right? We're not going to get any F-150s delivered to us in February. It's not going to happen, right? So we're looking maybe March. Well, we need those F-150 because we want to sell F-150s each month. So we actually have to adjust our pricing and say, well, we can't just give the F-150s away because we don't need to like sell them. Well, what's funny is Ford's giving a bonus right now. You get an extra dealer cash if you sell so many, your objective for the dealership, right? But then if we do that and we sell all of our F-150s, we're going to have 0 in March when we have no 24 showing up.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to, as dealers, we have to try to manage our inventory based on what we got coming in. So it's one of the things that we do on a weekly basis. Some dealers do on a monthly basis is we evaluate and say, how many do we have in stock? How many are coming in this month? So we look and see, hey, how many Mavericks we have in stock right now? How many are coming in March? Okay, we got 35 in stock. We have 100 coming in. It's 135. Okay, we can go ahead and price and get rid of these because we're going to get, we have 101 coming in, right?
Yep.
So we can do that and adjust that. But when it comes closer to March and April, our prices may not be that way. Prices may be adjusted to sticker price, nothing below MSRP, right? So we adjust our pricing accordingly. So Broncos the same way. We have like 8 or 10 Broncos in stock, maybe more, right? Right now, you're going to get a good deal on a Bronco if you're looking to get one from us. Next month might be a different story. So there you go.
You're telling all the secrets.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Anyway, there you go. All right. Anything else before I move on to Explorer?
No, I just wanted to ask that one.
If I have some.
Yeah, so Brandon, we may not have allocations to schedule yours. But if you see one in stock.
I've done some major favors for the Maverick team. I mean, I've been helping customers get closure, they're working with dealers that are not helping them at all, and I'm helping the brand team have happy customers in a sense. So there's a lot of customers out there that are frustrated with their dealers. They've been on Maverick Truck Club, they've tagged me, and I said, let me see what I can do. And so I work with the Maverick team to say, hey, this customer should have an offer. Can you see it? And they're like, oh yeah, that didn't match up because when they put it in, they didn't use the same order number. Or hey, this customer ordered from a different dealer in 24 than they did in 23. That's why we couldn't match it up. And so I've been helping them match those up and get those customers private offers and put in the system that
basically become Ford Maverick troubleshoot.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of dealers out there that they're clueless. They're like, you're supposed to go talk to your sales and inventory specialist and they can fix it for you. And a lot of them aren't even trying for these customers. So we've actually been helping Ford keep in good graces with these customers so that they'll buy another Ford. And I've helped out the brand team. So, sometimes you ask for a little favor here and there. So we'll see what we can do here, Brandon. But
I know he's not in too big of a rush.
Yeah. When I feel bad, especially for the ones that we said we could take orders because we had everybody scheduled that had rollover orders. They're all scheduled. So we're like, hey, we can take orders. And so now we're here because we figured, again, it's a sales volume. But we should get May production. We should get allocations for May, though. So what we got to do is get rid of these Mavericks we have. So
yes.
Or Brandon, look and see what we have in stock. You might get it sooner.
Yeah.
Than what you wanted. So. But, especially if you're looking at Lariat, because what's funny is, one of the things you'll notice if you're looking at a Lariat is Lariats come standard with all 3 of those packages. So we've noticed on a lot of our vehicles, it's like when they come in, they're all the same, just different colors, unless they want a moonroof, optional black wheels,
black appearance package,
FX4. I mean, yeah, depending on. But if you look at hybrid, I mean, there's just like a black appearance package, there's a moonroof, and then there may be the optional black wheel. Otherwise, they all are going to look the same other than different colors. So depends on what you're looking for. Whereas, XLT, there's few different packages that are
He
optional.
says, "I know what I want. I want what I want."
That's right.
Yep.
Well, anyway, just
get
keep an
that.
eye on our website because we might have exactly what you ordered come in stock. And like I said, we'll make sure we cut you that deal. So
But he said I'm right. He's not in a rush. So when we get it, we get it.
Yeah. So we have great customers. So anyway, okay. So there you go. There's that, and there's now hopefully.
Anyways, come buy Mavericks from us.
Any dealer in there
And
has learned our secret sauce. Hopefully, you're not in the KC region.
And if you are in Hawaii and looking for a Maverick, we will have one showing up there here in the next month or so.
Yep. All right. And you know what? Even if there are people that usually there's dealers watching this, they're not managers and they're not the GMs. So the GMs will be like, I'm not discounting my vehicles. We'll stay there. It'll sell there eventually. That's just
says the sales manager at my local dealer didn't care about Maverick because he was only making a couple hundred.
Yeah. Here's the way. Okay. Here's what we see the value. Here's the way we look at Maverick. So as a salesperson, there are so many times people come in and they want a new vehicle, right? And maybe because of their credit or because of the payment they're looking for, they can't get into a new vehicle. Or maybe they're looking at a used vehicle, and because of that, we can't get them into a used vehicle or whatever. We can flip them over, and Ford is willing to do some crazy things through Ford Credit that they can do, and usually it's on a lower end price range vehicle. I'll take all these Mavericks any day because we'll be able to have a low budget vehicle that people will like because it'll drive like a car. You have a truck bed. This thing will sell. I mean, we've seen with all the orders out there. We'll take these Mavericks. Right. We will load up on these any day because that is going to be a great vehicle for us. It's not
necessarily about the money. You're getting people into a vehicle that need a vehicle. You're getting people into a safe vehicle that need a vehicle, a sturdy vehicle. And who's to say that further on they don't get a raise or they don't get something else, and then they can buy, a more expensive vehicle. So it's not about that one sale. It's about the future of that person and making sure that they are getting what they need to be able to live in this world.
Yeah. Maverick's going to be a great vehicle for a long time to come. So
I can see me putting my kids in one.
We'll take it. For us, we took all those orders and now it kind of sets us up. Typically we've always been, Super Duty F-150, has been our number one seller. Now it's Maverick is outselling both of those models and will continue now because now we're, again, allocations are based on your sales volume. And I'm going to tell you, if we get the vehicles, we're going to sell them. We may end up doing invoice pricing at some point to sell them, but we'll sell them. We will sell them. There's people, and we sell all over the country. We don't just sell to Salina, Kansas. Is Salina, Kansas going to buy 38 Mavericks a month? No. But there are people all over the country that will come in and get them.
Well, and someone asked about our demographic. It's not just young buyers. It's not just older buyers. We see a full demographic of buyers for the Maverick. It's such a universal vehicle for so many different type of demographics. It's wonderful.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about the 25 model year Explorer. It is a new refreshed model with some nice looks. And again, we're going to be talking to somebody that's going to give us a rundown of the 25 Explorer from Ford at the Chicago Auto Show. So be looking for that video Thursday morning. I think we'll be one of the first ones with a first look at the Explorer in person because we have a very early appointment to get this walk around. So you can probably expect around 10:30 in the morning to have a video drop on the 2025 model year Explorer. But here are some of the major changes on the Explorer. And oh wait, I have some photos. While we're doing that, you guys don't have to look at me here. Let me take this. Let me get rid of that. And I need to switch this. All right, let me get this on the screen so you guys can see it. So 25 model year Explorer is out. You can, there you go.
Whoop, whoop.
You can order one. You can order one now. There you go. We'll just put that up
Can
there.
order now?
You can order 25. Yes, you can order now.
I did not know that.
Yes. Pretty cool. I like the look of it. I mean, and these are the platinum. Actually, you can see it up there.
You know what the grill reminds me of? Fish scales.
Kind of. So that is a new look to that. There's, by the way, there's 21 configurations of the Explorer, which you might say that sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. There's 4 trim levels for the Explorer for this year. There's the Active. So they're using the escape names: Active, ST Line, ST, and Platinum. So again, like I mentioned, I've been preaching, saying, hey, don't forget, Timberline King Ranch will not be available in 25. Also, no hybrid available in 25. So again, they're launching this. They want to have a good launch of this. So this first year, we're probably not going to see the hybrid. We're not going to see those trim levels. We'll probably see those introduced back in 26 model year and 27 and such. So Active will have Active has 7 configurations. So you have the 2.3 liter engine is the only engine available in the Active. This, what you're looking at, is a Platinum on the screen, and maybe I could just fill through these while you're doing this. So you have rear-wheel drive and four-wheel drive options for both on the Active with the 2.3 liter. Second row can be bench or captains. So that's a couple configurations, and then also comfort package or not, and then different wheel options. So there you go, and then a moonroof option. So that's how you get to the different 7 ones. ST line has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well, all with the 2.3 liter engine, either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Again, with bench or captain. There is a street package. There's also a premium package and a premium package with the street package. Different wheel options. There's an optional 21-inch wheel on the ST line. It's kind of cool. And then ST has 2 options: 3.0 liter engine, either rear-wheel drive or 4x4. Maybe you can get a moonroof as an option if you want. And then Platinum has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options: either 2.3 or a 3.0 liter engine in a Platinum, rear-wheel drive or 4x4. Captains or bench. They have a Luxe leather package, an Ultimate package, and then a couple different wheel options and a moonroof. So there you go. There's an interior shot of this. You can see a bigger screen right here. We're going to get at the show. We'll learn a little bit more about the new screen. A lot of people ask what this is. This is not Sync 4. This is the Ford Digital Experience. I'm coining the phrase FDE, because who wants to say every time this is the Ford Digital Experience? So, they used Sync. Well, I don't know why they couldn't keep using Sync, but I'm going to call it FDE. Hope you guys join me in that. We're just going to hashtag FDE, right? Anyway, so that's what I'm calling it, FDE, Ford Digital Experience. Infotainment system here. I think they showed some pictures in here. I actually like this. Sarah, what do you think of this? I kind of see the tray down here. That's where you put your phone.
So we get two trays now?
Wireless charging pad. Oh, you do have an open. This is called the media hub down here. So that looks like that opens and closes. Anyway, so yeah.
Now I have a place specifically for the phone, and I have a place specifically for my coin and other randomness to go into.
Okay, that's where I put my trash, but that's why.
No, the trash goes on the floor, and I pick it up at the end of the week.
Not in my car. No, I have a trash, and when it gets full, it goes out of the vehicle. So,
well, I used to have a trash can spot when I had my Transit, and I had a trash can in the Maverick.
Now, this does look a lot like the Escape, because you'll notice Escape is real similar to this design, and look. And you'll notice down here, there are only a few things to control down here and buttons. Your climate's going to be controlled right under here. So real similar to the Escape. So the question is Escape Sync 4 or is it the Ford Digital Experience? That's what I want to know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to learn more. Anyway, so there you go. Also gets the big 12.3-inch digital screen through there, the productivity screen. Productivity screen, I always say it's the stuff you see through the steering wheel. Right there. There you go. Let's see what other pictures we got here. Here, that's what it looks like at night. So ambient lighting, evidently. I don't know if that's the only color you're going to get, because most vehicles, actually shows different color options.
Ooh,
so we are. Back. So we are going to get more than just one. You will see the quilted on the side, so your Platinum will get nice upgraded materials.
So, but they don't have the ambient lighting in the footwells.
Well, it doesn't look like it.
That's the lighting I need.
Well, I like the light underneath the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, ambient lighting available in some models. But I did see
That
there
is
are a
true.
lot of things that are standard on the Active. So looking at it, by the way, Ford Blue Cruise will be available, 90-day trial. That'll be standard on the ST line, ST and Platinum. So the only trim level Blue Cruise will not be available in is the Active. So we're seeing that starting to be rolled into more lower trims, which is awesome. Also, the 3-year plan is optional, of course. Well, whatever. Ford Copilot 360 Assist Plus will be standard on the Active. So your Assist Plus is you're going to be your adaptive cruise. So adaptive cruise. Did you hear that? Ford Copilot 360 Assist Plus is standard on Active, which means it's standard on every Explorer. We talked about this as a rant, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
every Explorer gets adaptive cruise standard. And then Ford Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 is standard on ST line, ST, and Platinum. And the Assist 2.0, I'll have to look it up. I don't know exactly what's included. They did delete the Active Park Assist 2.0, they said. Let's see what else. Infotainment system is standard on all series. So this is what you see on all of them. Even the Active will get the 13.2-inch color display and the center stack. That's going to get you Alexa built in, Google built in, including Google Maps. I like that. Google Maps, Google Assistant, and Google Play Store. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless capability, and then your USB ports they're going pretty much all to almost C's. So up front you're going to get an A and a C, but in the back it's 2 C's, and in the third row it's 2 C's. So they are taking away USB. So hopefully we need to get more C to C's. So they did delete keyless entry keypad. It's gone. Keyless entry keypad. Sync 3 is deleted. Anyway, deleted colors. Atlas blue is gone. Stone blue. Forge green. The only new color is vapor blue.
Ooh.
They did say it's changed. 4-door intelligent access is now standard on all series.
Ooh.
Class 3 trailer tow package is now standard on all series.
Okay.
Where it was in the notes that the 24 model year you couldn't get these trim levels unless you took them off, and now they're going to make it standard. So we'll see if that becomes a constraint. Sorry, I don't mean to be.
If it's a constraint, it's a constraint across the board.
Don't mean to be a pessimist there, but there you go. We'll get through some more of these while I'm going through this. Let's see what else. Black painted roof optional on ST line, ST and Platinum, so you can get a black roof. Of course, not available with your black because it'll be body colored. Let's see what else. And that 12.3-inch digital cluster and productivity screen is standard. So those screens are standard across the board. Again, simplifying things, right? We've been talking about that.
One dash, one set of screens,
that's right.
one. Yeah.
They have some new packages. The keypad will be a dealer installed option. So it's not gone completely, but it's dealer installed option, and we'll see if anybody has any issues with that. They changed cargo management system is now a DIO. Cargo mat is now included. So yeah, they don't want to take the time to put it in at the factory, or they're going to ship it to you instead, which probably takes some more time to logistically, whatever.
Takes more manpower.
I'm not going to get into that. It's not like it's not that hard for a dealer to put it in, but I guarantee it probably takes some more time logistically to get it shipped than it does to just slide it in the vehicle, but whatever. Maybe not. I don't work at the factory, so who knows? Ultimate package is going to be a new package, the Luxe leather package on the Platinum, the ST line street package, which is only on the ST before. Now it's going to be on the ST line. Premium package is optional on the ST line. There's a active comfort package. So there you go. So I don't have the notes on what's included in that, but it's pretty cool. I do know that Copilot 360 Assist Plus does include adaptive cruise. I'm pretty sure that naming. There you go. So there you go. Some new upgraded materials this year, and the pricing is not too bad either. That's pretty much been carried over from last year. There you go. There's what it looks like at the campsite, in case you want to know. Let's see.
Explorer's not my favorite, but I guess I'll have to drive the new.
That's a big seller, though. I mean, Let me see if I can get this over to this other one. Oh, I do have to stop that one. There's ST. Let me show you the ST. This is the ST. Yeah, this ST. There you go. There's ST. We'll push through the ST ones here. So that one, I like the ST. That one doesn't have the optional black roof on it yet. There you go. That's your vapor blue, right?
It doesn't look like vapor blue.
I assume.
That one looks a little bit more true.
Oh, and then you got your red.
So what
Look
colors,
at those wheels. Those look pretty cool.
What colors do we have?
I don't know. I have to look up the order guide.
Mm.
Well, that one looks like a platinum. There you go. These are all from Ford Media. Ooh, there you go. Red. The red stitching. It'll have, I think, the your suede interior, but I like the black trim there. Looks pretty cool. So we're not sure what trim level they're going to have at the auto show. So it's actually showing. Oh, there's your ST
Ooh.
seats. Those look pretty cool. Do they show? There's your wireless. See, there's your good picture there of that tray. I kind of like that. It's kind of pretty cool. And the vents. Look at that wheel. All right, so there you go. That's all them. There you go. So we'll get you some more video from the auto show of that, what we can, close ups and all that good stuff. But there you go, looking pretty good. But that is that. So like I said, we'll get you some more information on that. But and I'll do my videos. So I normally do what's different on the Explorer each year. You know, what's from 24 to 25. I think I'm gonna this year for the first time. I'll actually do it at the auto show, and we'll have them kind of tell us what's different for this year, what's new, and talk about the stuff because they probably could really explain a little bit more. And then I'll probably add. Or maybe do a separate video on that, exactly what other options and packages are new for this year, because they probably won't go into specifics of some of those packages and all that. So we'll probably have a second part of that, you know, and go through that. And you know, somehow there, maybe I need to do some of that here just in case we need to add that to the video, but we'll kind of make that part of that. So first walk around of that, and I don't know, maybe I'll make those separate, but then we'll be doing our complete guide videos as well on each of the different trim levels. So. And since Ford does have their building price up, we'll be able to use that as option. Again, I kind of been phrasing those 24 model year like Ford Explorer build and price guide, right, to help guide people through the build and pricing, exactly what's standard and what's optional as well. So that's kind of what we're doing there. So and when you get, because let's see, I actually didn't pull this up, but we can look it up because it is on Ford.com. Here, let's do this and kind of get an idea of, and maybe people don't want to because maybe they're not here for that, but let's. There you go. All right, so build and price. So the active starts at $39,600, and that's pretty similar to Edge pricing. Now I kind of see why Edge is going away. That's not really too bad because active, I think, will come pretty standard there. And then your ST line is $44,385. This is where they're going to get most people at. This is what they want most people to get. And then your platinum is $51,500. ST is $55,200. So in the past, your ST kind of fit below the premium in a way of pricing because then you had optional packages. It looks like to me what they're doing this year is most of the packages are all standard equipment. So you don't have the optional packages, I don't think. I haven't looked at it that closely, but you can see standard package comes standard with these two packages, and you only have one other optional package. So in a sense from there, it's just optional equipment. So they're pretty much loading it up, right? You can get the black roof. I can't believe it's $4,800 they're charging for black roof. Can you believe that? You're painting the roof anyway. Ford, it doesn't, whatever. I won't get started. All right. I guess that could be my rant, right? Keypad entry. Oh, Ford Performance hood graphic. You want people to know you can race your Ford Explorer. Anyway, so they're coming. That's why you're seeing why is that so much more, and that's kind of why. Is there an easy way to go back to the others? Why can't you just like maybe that'll work? Nope. There you go. So that's why on the platinum though, you actually have an option for different packages. So you go to those, say you have an ultimate package or in a Lux package, a Lux package. So whereas on the ST, some of that stuff's kind of standard. So that is the difference in why the ST is more than the others. So
Sounds like I'll paint my own roof.
yeah,
Just get
I can wrap it for a lot cheaper.
I was gonna say, just get a black vehicle. Then you get the black roof.
Yep, there you go. All right, so the platinum does allow you to go with the 2.3 if you don't care about performance, but you just want the luxury.
That's
that
nice.
that is kind of nice. And then
So
or add
for
that.
$39, I could get a third row that I would probably keep down because I only have 2 kids and have all of that room.
And we're gonna go. I mean, we're gonna do a video on that. We won't have time before tomorrow probably, but we'll probably I'll be doing a video on the active trim of everything that's standard. Probably shoot that. I might shoot all these on Saturday, depending on what we have back there for pictures. I might try to get all these videos done Saturday, and we'll get them launching next week for everybody. But we'll try to get those. But man, I think once I go through what's standard on the active, I mean, it's going to be crazy. So it will take me a little while because I got the order guides. I got to go through these since everything's a little different for this year. I have to redo all my notes and everything for that. But anyway,
so someone said still looks like a cop car. Well, yeah,
that one does. But there's hold on, go back to this.
I mean, that's what they use
So
for police
that is
interceptors.
a very plain looking wheel. I mean, we like the 202A. They don't have a 202A this year. There's 202A was your XLT sport package kind of look, right? Where you got the nicer wheel. But
do they still have third row?
But check out these wheel options.
I'm guessing you mean do they still have third row delete? Or are you saying do they still have third row? Because they do have third row.
Yes.
Is it an option to
just fold the
row?
seats down? You don't need a delete. Just fold the seats down and keep them down.
Right.
We do that with our Expedition all the time.
Someone asked that though.
I mean,
do they still have third row on some of them?
They're all third row.
Yeah.
There's no delete on them, but you can just lay the seats down and keep them down.
Because I will say,
so there's a nice little option.
Traveling in the Explorer to Pennsylvania, it was nice to have all the room, but at the same time, it wasn't my favorite to drive.
Why can't I select? Oh, I did select that wheel. There you go. You got that wheel option too. That is actually the same wheel that you get on the Sport Appearance, the XLT Sport Appearance package. That's the same wheel. So there's your 202A right there, right? So, but you do even on the active, you get this wheel option too. There's some cool wheel options. They don't look that plain. That actually looks. I mean, I think that's different than the current wheel. It doesn't look too bad, but dress it up with that. Now, one of these, you do have to get this package, active comfort package, to get it. So that'd be similar to going to the 202A equipment group. But anyway, there you go. But man, you can go active and have some pretty nice equipment. So pretty much what you're looking at is you got two different. You kind of have you want your active or your ST line. So you get your sport look or your classic look, right? And then when you want the other way, you got your ST, and then you got your platinum. So you have more of your plain one, then you sport look. Platinum is your luxury look, and then performance is your ST. So really, you have those four things, and simplifying it down for production and everything. I mean, Toyota's been doing the simplification of different things you can order for years, and it's worked for them.
So if they're simplifying things down, do you think we're going to see more consistency across the board on what is and isn't
names
offered?
And stuff.
Well, names and then what is and isn't offered.
See what I find. What
I've
seen for years where a new thing would be offered into one, and then it rolls gradually to the others in other model years, and then by the time they get through with that, then something else new has been introduced.
Right.
Right.
Which I understand that, but at the same time, like some have, adaptive cruise,
I think they need to
and
be.
some do not.
I think they just need to make it quicker to get those introduced instead of waiting a whole
Yes.
model year or
Yeah.
another model year. We have job 1 and job 2s for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's introduce some of those. Hey, you know what? Job 1, we didn't do this because we let this model started off. But for job 2, we're going to then introduce it and make a
And it
change for that.
probably starts with hey, in this model, we're working on this. We really want to develop this technology. Let's get this across the board, but we're going to premiere on this model, and the rest of you are going to get it in job 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, there we go.
Are we ready for questions?
Yeah. Nobody's got questions.
I have 21.
All right. Go for it.
Okay. So this one was that offer said it was good to on ordered vehicles as well. Did not refer to taking delivery April 2nd. Did I misread it?
So all offers, okay, the way it works is your incentives are available when you order it or when it comes in. So you look at those incentives. So on any of these, like these offers here, it'll say order or take delivery is probably what it says. So you might look at the wording again on that because most of those, unless they've changed it in the last year, but almost always you'll see that it's available on if you order it within that date or by April 2nd or take delivery by April 2nd, right? So it's one or the other.
Okay. Does your mobile service team dispatch to take care of minor things like recall-related PCM, ECM software reprogramming?
Yes, that's your mobile service. And Ford's really pushing to get more of that. There's certain percentage that the dealers have to hit to get certain, like dealers get certain kickbacks and money at the end of the year based on their sales volume, but they don't get that if they don't hit certain requirements. And some of that has service related requirements. And I can tell you mobile service and pickup and delivery are two things that dealers are required to be over 10 or 12% of their service has to be mobile or pickup and delivery. And those recalls, that's how we accomplish a lot of ours and get to our goals is by going to people's houses and doing those software and recall updates.
Yep.
Yep. That's what our little escape is. For those members that see my lot walk, that escape with the service thing on it, that's for recalls. Not a lot of service you can do at home with this an escape.
I forgot to pull this up earlier. Brian212 became a YouTube member. Thank you.
We need like a little sound thing.
Join us on Fridays. We have fun. And when Tim is gone, I take it over. I'm doing it by myself this week, aren't I?
No, I think I'll be back.
You think you'll be back?
The plane supposed to land at 3:13.
Okay. In Salina.
Flying out of Salina through United. United does from Salina to Chicago direct.
Yep.
You know who needs to meet me up in Chicago? Where is
Kevin?
Kevin.
You gotta message him. He's been pretty busy.
I'm gonna call him. We're gonna text him.
All right. So the next question needs to be one that I can answer.
Anybody else in Chicago wants to meet up with us Thursday night or Wednesday night or Thursday night or Thursday night? Thursday night might be hard because I probably want to be editing and trying to upload videos.
Yeah.
But
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, you guys want to meet up.
And you'll get
Chicago.
to meet Jeff.
Yeah.
Last time
Jeff would probably be like, I'm going back to the room. I don't want these people to. Actually, when we were talking with Brian and Melissa, he was really enjoying the conversation. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Is the 2.0 EcoBoost a reliable engine? I ordered an XL EcoBoost MAV. Yes, it's reliable.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
That engine's been out for a while. I mean, it was put in.
Someone said that they had it in their 2018 something or other.
Well, it's been in the Fusion. That's the same engine's been in the Fusion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your grandparents have it in theirs.
They don't have a hybrid?
Oh.
I
don't think so.
Was it in the Escape as well?
It has been in the Escape.
Okay.
1.5 or 2.0.
Someone said that they have a 2018 2.0 that is very reliable.
I would like to see, and this is hopeful, that they make the 2.0 liter EcoBoost engine available in the Bronco Sport lower trim levels.
Yeah.
There are people that want the engine and don't necessarily want the 4x4 capabilities, but make the 2.0 available in those as well. I mean, you make it standard in all the Mavericks. You know, be interested.
Yeah.
Be interesting if they make that available in the 1.5 in the Maverick, but they probably won't. So.
Will F-150 Lariat get Pro Access tailgate? Ford site shows only Tremor, King Ranch, and Platinum. If so, would my current order receive it if it's scheduled in Job 2, even though I placed it in Job 1?
Okay, so here's how that works. If you place it the order in Job 1, but it doesn't schedule until Job 2 scheduling, then it will have the stuff. So the note that I saw in one of the things says that it's going to be in the Lariat bed utility package on the Lariat. So as long as you have a Lariat with the bed utility package, then you should get it as long as it schedules for Job 2. So what you might do is try to make sure it doesn't schedule until Job 2 scheduling starts. So you still got like a 1 or 2 more weeks. Like I said, they did tell me mid February. So I think Job 2 might be starting next week. So try not to get it scheduled this week is the goal, right? So maybe you have them, change the priority back or something, and try not to get it scheduled until after Job 2 scheduling starts. So we should get an order guide update when that happens. That'll show trimmer, because trimmer, part of Job 2 is the trimmer trim will be available, as well as a Pro Access tailgate. Again, standard on King Ranch and Platinum, but also available in the bed utility package for the Lariat is what they told me, as well as for the trimmer 402A. That trimmer is the cool one.
Mm-hmm.
We're waiting for that because we got those trimmer packages, trimmer R's.
Oh yeah,
we're waiting because about the time the trimmer's available and we can actually get them in, that's when Roush should have the superchargers available. So we're gonna have cool trimmer R packages. So we're waiting for the trimmers. We're gonna be ordering a bunch of those.
I have found some strong evidence to support that the 4-door Broncos equipped with MGV are getting the fold-down car rear cup holders. Have you seen any proof?
Yes, I actually did. I did a short on that.
You did.
Like
so
a
go
week
check
or
out
so.
our shorts.
A week or so ago, I actually did a short. One of them I did on the Outer Banks. Didn't realize the Outer Banks already got if they had leather, they already got it. So then I did another one. Okay, well, we got one in. It was actually an Everglades with the vinyl seats that had the cup holders. By the way, fast turn Bronco right now for us, Everglades. Mm-hmm. Those things flew out of here as soon as they became available. Boom, gone.
Yeah.
Wow. Those that's the ones, and probably Heritage. I mean, we have one available right now.
We do. It's carbonized gray.
$1,000 off, even if you finance.
And it's a manual.
Ooh, and it's a manual.
That's what I pictured.
You want that?
Where are you at, RagnarCon?
It's a manual, 2.3 manual. It's carbonized gray. Looks kind of cool. I think it looks really retro with the
I really liked it. I actually posted it on my socials. I did post that one. But like I was out there picturing, and I was gonna leave the Bronco for Jeff, and then I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's manual. I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I was gonna. I thought about doing a Maverick deal of the day, and start doing like a different Maverick each day, or Bronco. I mean. Or I could do that for Maverick too.
I got the Maverick. You got the Bronco. Let's go. Kavion says, okay, save that Heritage for me.
Better hurry.
Uh-huh.
So, and I think we have a red one that I don't know if the customer's taken, but we have a salesperson says I got it sold if it's available. So it's like that one won't show up on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How do I download the window sticker from the tracker? Every time I go in, it says come back later. Maverick has already been shipped. You may not be able to see the window sticker at this point, but if you want to email me, I can probably look it up and get it for you.
Yeah, and we can send you the file if you give us a VIN number.
I don't download it. I screenshot it and send it.
Oh, well, you can download it.
I didn't know I could download it.
Yeah, okay. It's a PDF. Downloads as a PDF, and then we can send it to you if you send a VIN number.
Yeah.
Sarah Davis.
Sarah Davis at Law McArthur.
At Law McArthur, and she can get it for you. Yeah, those tracker, those are very spotty and don't work very great.
Do you expect a bump in sales once the early filers of tax returns get their refunds?
We usually see a spike in used sales, not necessarily new. Mm-hmm. Usually we see a spike in used.
In new?
Usually you see that in February because people that know they're getting tax money back are doing it now. And so usually you see that increase in February.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Isn't February truck month, or is that
Well,
March?
I got a rant. We'll do a rant in a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a rant in a second,
Okay.
and it's gonna be fun.
Stop and go system on the Mustang. The webpage states it has it, but I have not seen the icon on the far left button on the center console. I have a build week of February 19th. Any info is helpful. So you're wondering if it has it in
or,
there.
Yeah. Let's look. It'll be in the order guide.
Also, what is our webpage? It is lawmacArthur.com.
Yep. With or without the hyphen, we have a redirect from the regular without it to the with it.
Just Google Law McArthur, you'll find it. Law McArthur, Salina, Kansas.
All right, let's see here. 24 model year. We're looking Mustang. I think it's got the auto starts or the stop start, right? Go
right,
stop and
but
go.
when he's
Stop
looking,
and go. Ugh.
When he's looking at build and price, most likely you're looking at build
I'm
and
looking
price
for the button.
and looking for that button.
Not sure where the button's located, to be honest.
And we have seen discrepancies in the images on their website before. And if no one's caught it yet, they may not have known to fix it yet.
Yep. 2.3 liter EcoBoost with stop start. Let's go down to GT. Because GT may not have. Yep. Start stop on the V8 as well. So, yep, they both have it. And
You're
that's not dependent on, that's even on the manual. We'll have it. So, there you go. Answers that. Order guide's always correct. So a lot of people will like try to go off building price, and I'm like, that's not 100%.
There can be discrepancies.
And even if you look down, there's a actual disclaimer down there that says we are not responsible for anything that might have changed, and then we can change it or whatever if we want to at any given time. But order guides that's why we see order guide updates on a monthly basis, because if they notice there's something not there, they make sure that it's updated, because that is what's
or
accurate.
If they have
that
anything spelled incorrectly, they'll also change it for that.
Yep.
That's when you play Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
I need the truck by July though for that Maverick meetup. May not.
Mm-hmm. You can come pick it up and go to the meetup, just like a lot of the members did last year.
Yeah.
Yes, so it needs to be here in July.
Yeah.
May build date. Delivery should be, if it's built in May, that'd be delivery in June. We should be good.
Mm-hmm. You just have to.
We need it scheduled by June at the latest.
Yeah.
Right. Probably May. We need it scheduled for May.
Yeah.
It's not cut it close.
Why is the 25 out?
Why is the 25 out on the Explorer?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of times, if there's like a new refresh, they'll launch it a little early, which makes me think we're going to see Bronco Sport and Maverick early.
Also refresh.
So we'll probably see in summer. I know right now they're getting ready. They're wanting to get things going.
I mean, maybe they're preparing a little bit earlier this time, because what we saw with like Super Duty and Escape and now F-150 and the Ranger, they're doing late releases, right? The model years that they refreshed on are getting to the dealers late. Super Duty, they started ordering, they started production. Okay to Buy wasn't ready to go till several months later, and then they were able to ship out.
I think
the Escape didn't take as long, but then like Ranger, they started producing, they started building. They haven't released them yet. F-150, they haven't released them yet. Both are refresh years.
I do think that also that I think that the original, they were going to do the refresh in 24 and it wasn't ready. So I think that's why they did a short run of 24.
Yeah.
Was because I think their plan was, it was going to be 24.
But they weren't ready.
That's my, I don't know for sure, but that's my take on it.
My Bronco I ordered through you on December 16th is now scheduled to build week of March 4th. Is there any typical duration for delivery to your dealership?
Again, once it gets on a rail, 4 weeks. Once it gets actually shipped out, usually 4 weeks. So I'd probably say, if it gets built on the 4th, give it, a couple of days, even a week to get on shipped out. So you probably figure about 5 weeks from then would be a good guess. But again, things can change, things can happen. There could be, hey, quality checks or whatever, and that can delay it. So again, just know that there are some, 4 to 5 weeks, kind of thing. And that's if that date doesn't change. We've seen that happen. I mean, we're a month away from that. Yours could get pushed back a week or two. So
Yeah.
we have actually all of our Bronco retail orders are scheduled, unless we've gotten some in the last week. But I know last week we had all of our retail orders for the Broncos scheduled, which is really cool to see. It's fun to see them to have them all scheduled. So, and it's fun because like Ranger was that way when somebody wants to order one, well, then they get scheduled a little faster. So when you get to that point where you're caught up and then the next month you get allocations, you can take an order and get it scheduled right away. So once you're caught up like that, that's where like F-150 is right now. I mean, most people order an F-150 and like, your grandpa would order an F-150 and it gets scheduled the week he orders it, because for one, they schedule F-150s every week, but also if we don't have a lot of retail orders, then they get looked at first, right? So I was going to look and see how many retail orders there are.
RagnarCon, now that you're interacting again, do you want a carbonized gray Heritage manual? Was it 2-door?
No, I think it's a 4-door. 4-door. The 2-doors haven't started.
Right.
Remember, they just starting to get scheduled. Yeah, we have all of our retails. The only thing we have in there are 2 stock ones because that they put in. Actually, I think we put those in because we didn't like the sim orders that Ford put in for us. So we like to make sure we have stock orders in there because we don't want to count on Fords, because what Ford wanted to schedule was like non-mid package big Bens, and we're like, no, give us mid packages. So anyway, we do have a couple in there because I don't know, do we have any allocations left? We have 2 allocations, so that's why we put in the stock orders. So if you were to put in a retail Bronco order with us, you'd probably get scheduled this week. So you could put it in tomorrow and get scheduled probably Thursday. I mean, that's how that kind of works. When you get caught up like that, we have 2 Bronco Sports as well. So if you ordered a Bronco Sport, as long as it's not a Badlands or a Big Ben with the convenience package, or the Outer Banks with the tech package, we probably get scheduled. That's kind of the same. That's kind of how that works. So. Same with Escape. I don't think we have any retail Escape orders. Want to Escape. That's kind of, it's kind of how that works. Wouldn't work on Super D because we have or Maverick. It wouldn't work on Maverick because we have retail orders. But that's how that works.
You ready?
All right.
What can you tell us about the Ranger and Bronco ORV package?
They're cool. I can tell you, we did videos from SEMA on both of those packages. So check out our SEMA playlist. We actually did video on both the Ranger and the Bronco ORV packages. I can tell you they're probably not available yet. Those are supposed to be packages that dealers can order through Ford Performance. And they didn't give a date of when it was going to be available. It just said 2024. So we're not sure when we're going to be able to order those packages, but we got to get them in first. So they're ones that package you can put on a Ranger or Broncos that you order. But yeah, watch those videos. I kind of did a walk around on some of the things that are included, and I didn't get specific into every little thing, but once they're available, we should be able to see that on Ford Performance website and available to order and such. But check out those videos if you want a little more information of what we did figure out what we could get, but they look pretty cool. RagnarCon
says that Allie from over at All Train Nation has a 2-door Badlands he wants, but he doesn't know how many Broncos one person needs. Jeff said, my neighbor has 4 Jeeps. Well, didn't someone tell us about a guy that has another Maverick coming in? He already has one that he's souped up, and now he has another one coming in that he's taking, and then he has a garage full of cars.
Well, once I pay this Bronco off, then I want a Heritage Edition. Oh, wait. Too late.
I will take a used Heritage Edition if I can get it in Robin's Egg. One day I will have a Bronco.
All right. Any other?
Mom was like, oh, you could just get this. And I'm like, no. I need something that can keep up with his. Like, it needs to be able to keep up with your Bronco for me to be able to get one, because I need to keep up with you on the trails.
So you can go on the trails.
Otherwise, we're going to have to take lesser trails.
Best thing I did was added that lift on mine. I was debating it. I said, I don't want it. And then I'm like, okay, I just want the lift. I just wanted the upgraded suspension. I'm like, He's like, go off country, get him.
Heritage would be equipped correctly, right? Has the rear locker.
It comes standard Sasquatch.
Okay, so it has everything I need.
Front and rear locker. You get a front locker, you'd be one step ahead of me.
Yeah. And then I get it in the
and it comes standard mid package.
Okay.
So it's basically a big bin. Right. With the mid package, and Sasquatch, and then it comes with all the other upgrades.
And I get it in the pretty blue color.
Make sure you add
and I add a lift, and I'm ready for Rebel.
There you go.
Take that out. All right.
Gotta have goals.
That is my goal.
So go ahead and put those super chats. Just kidding.
What?
So go ahead and put those super chats so she can start putting it in her piggy bank.
Are dealers able to set up their EV tax credit at time of sale now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
We've actually done a couple of them already.
Are your Cyber Orange FCTP Maverick becoming eligible to sell? Is it still vehicle that are just over 2,000 miles?
Actually, those were not FCTPs. Those were actually ordered and purchased by the rental company. So those actually will be coming out soon, though.
Mm-hmm.
So those were waiting on because they ordered more for 24. So those haven't been scheduled yet. So I don't know how long. Those might be a little while before we can pull those out. But the goal is to always have some Mavericks in our rental fleet for our loaners and such. So yeah, those are still in there. Probably in there until we get, I think they're 24s that I think we have some 24s actually, because we actually ordered a bunch and then a bunch of those did not get scheduled in 23. Moved to 24, but I think they finally got scheduled in the batch that are supposed to be being built, I think in February. So
That's good.
Maybe we'll have those come out in like March, April. March probably.
Then they'll be available. So, but those won't stop at 2,000 miles. Those will have however
whatever
many miles.
They are. We'll just replace them with the other ones coming in.
Yeah.
So they are the best. I mean, as a fleet company or something, those are the cheapest. You should have seen they were all over in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people are using them as taxis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's the cheapest lease for them.
Well, I mean, we started seeing them on the tarmac for airports. Delta started buying them for their vehicles.
25 model year Explorer going to production, I believe, May. So they're scheduling and doing balance out for 24 model year Explorer for April production dates. So I believe May is when they're going to start producing the 25.
Woohoo!
So because like what they said on their website is we're looking for summer deliveries or summer. Yeah, they're looking for summer available in summer because they're thinking everybody will just get them from dealer stock. Well, you can order one now and get in line before any stock orders on the Explorer. So you can be one of the first ones. So
is the Ranger Lariat going to be available with V6
at some point? That's going to be a job 2. So we're probably getting close to job 2 for the Ranger as well. So a lot of the job 2s are starting to flip over. So I assume real soon. So
all right, looking for info on when we can order a T3.
Well, we have to see one revealed first. So I'm not sure when they're going to do that.
T3. That's what I was talking about the other day. So truck. I was talking to someone about EV.
Since they're not making the Lightning, I don't think we're in too big of a hurry.
Okay, for some reason I kept calling it the Model 3, and I'm like, that's not what it is. Like, what is it that they plan to call it? Thank you for the T3. I was talking to someone.
Hey, maybe they'll make it the Model T, because they'll bring back the old Model T. They're repurposing names, right?
I got a Ford mail special for $2,000 off F-150 and $15 for another. So those would be the ICIs.
Yes, that's what they're called, ICIs. Yep.
Is there a Bronco refresh expected in 25? Why are people able to get orders soon?
Why are they getting orders soon? Because they're caught up on production finally.
Yep.
So I thought they were supposed to do a refresh in 25, but I haven't seen a lot of information on it. The Bronco Sport was actually launched a year earlier than the Bronco, right? Or no, it's the same. It's the same year.
What, the Bronco?
Bronco Sport. They were both produced the same year. I guess so. I would say there's a refresh for both this year. I know Maverick is because they said that they told me that it was on the typical 3 years for the Maverick. So, but Bronco Sport and Bronco will be 4 years. But I think that's because they want to get everybody's Broncos to them first. So, that should happen. So,
all right. Order the regular cab, short bed, 24 F-150, and ordered added black platform running boards. Does the constraint include the regular cab or just the Super Crew?
I think it was. I don't know where my notes are. I think it was anything with that running board on it, because it said with the running board on the 101 that's in the 101, 102, and 103A, right?
While I was looking it up, any more questions before I close out? Or we say we're done with questions. And we start the rant.
So an F-150. So it says the running boards optional on the 101A, 103A, included with the 201A, and standard on 301A and higher. So if yours has it's the standard, it's the optional running board for the 101A and 103A. I assume you're looking at XL or maybe the STX.
103A added, but opt for 250 running board.
So that's the optional running board. So yeah, that is the one it's limited availability, which doesn't mean it won't get scheduled. Right. It's just limited. So it
might take you a little bit longer to get it.
If you take it off, it might go faster. But with only that many orders, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much.
It's an XL.
Because they probably want to build the regular cabs. So
All right. That's what I had.
All right. You want my little rant?
Yes.
Okay. So Ford did tell us. I don't know what I can. Actually, all of us is whatever. Truck month's coming up. We all know that.
Yes.
There's no surprise there. So Ford Truck Month usually happens in February. It's supposed to happen, I think, during the Super Bowl. They're going to be launching Truck Month ads and commercials. And I saw some of the commercials. They're supposed to include Truck Month is usually trucks. So they're going to include photos and videos of the Maverick, the Ranger, the F-150, and the Super Duty. And I'm like, well, that's great because only two of the four of those are going to be available. Because, they might show the 23 F-150, but they were showing the 24 in the commercial they showed, 24 Ranger. It's not even available. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, please don't run a commercial with a Ranger that's not even at dealers yet. You haven't even shipped out, and hopefully they're not showing the 24 model year F-150 because that hasn't shipped out either. So I'm just like, I'm sitting there going, they're going to launch a truck month with two models that aren't even shipping out. So I was just like, are you kidding me? All right, now I probably just got in trouble. So hopefully this is after hours enough that they don't see this. But come on, Ford, they got to get those shipped out. Let's go. Roll out the F1. And I know if it's a quality issue, yeah, by all means don't. But please change your commercials then to just include maybe the 23 F-150 because enough dealers have them.
Yeah.
Right. And don't include Ranger.
Yeah.
Right. Make it truck month. Don't include Ranger if you're not going to ship them out, or just ship them out. We don't need to wait on that journalist. And maybe I say that because I'm not a journalist that gets invited because they don't consider me a journalist if I work for a dealer. So I don't get invited to them anyway. So I'm just like, just ship them out. We don't care about the journalist driving them. I'll drive it. Just let us just get them in the dealers and let them drive them from the dealers.
I like it. Slim Tim 04, I actually got my schedule date moved up 1 week. He was asking about the running boards. Once you're scheduled, you don't need to worry about constraints.
Yeah, that's only if you're trying to get scheduled. Yeah.
Once you're scheduled, you're
scheduling notes is only for those unscheduled orders. He
actually got moved up 1 week.
So that's why we'll say this is how many unscheduled retail orders there are currently, because it's those notes only have to do with the people that aren't scheduled. If you're already scheduled, they're already planning.
The commercial can say coming soon.
But the truck month offer is trying to promote and get people to buy a truck in truck month.
Because you want them to purchase during truck month. It's not a coming soon. It's what we have on stock right now.
Part 2 of the rant. It's called truck month and it lasts 6 weeks. It's not just March. They'll say truck month and it'll last through March. And by the way, do you know how many truck months they have every year? Like 2 or 3.
At least 2.
There'll be another truck month in the fall. So if you missed the one in the spring, you can get a truck month and sale in the fall.
How do you like your F-150 since you purchased one for $10K off during the last Ford truck month sale? We actually sold it.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much of a gas guzzler and our payments were a little bit too high for our budget. So we sold it, traded it for his Fusion, well, his Sush, my brother's Fusion, and they sold it to us. So now we're down to 2 hybrids. So, yep, just
and you borrow a truck whenever you want to need one.
it doesn't. I told him because he's always Lipo's always wanted a truck, and I get that, you know. But I was like, it doesn't make sense to have a truck when if we need one, we can borrow one. One, his dad has one. He has a beat up old 01 F-150 that we can go and grab, and we can throw whatever we need to in it. You have a Maverick. Kyle has a Maverick. Lee has a Maverick. Jolie has a Maverick.
Where's all these? Where do they put all their vehicles?
In their driveway.
They don't have that many vehicles in the driveway.
They have.
I know how many vehicles I have.
You?
Did they trade the Bronco?
What do you mean Bronco?
Didn't Lee have a Bronco?
Yeah, he got rid of that long ago.
Will went for a ride and he goes in the Bronco and he thought it was fun and your mom kicked back the top, the cloth top, and he goes, oh. And I was like, oh yeah, because his other grandpa doesn't have a Bronco anymore.
Yep. Well, grandpa doesn't take him for rides. His other grandpa doesn't take him for rides.
Well, your mom takes the kids for a ride more than I do.
Yeah. But they have the mach-e, which they got so when they're out of town, they can be on electric and they aren't driving gas. They have the Lincoln, that's her car, and that's to fit all the kids in it. They have his Maverick, and then they have the beat up F-150 that he got to move things around. He might have the old like a 60 something Maverick.
Old Maverick.
Yeah.
He's one of the original.
He has
Maverick.
that, and then he has is it a GT Fastback?
He had a
Fastback.
Mach 1, the one that.
He got rid of that.
Did he? Okay.
Got rid of that for the Maverick.
Hey, he's worse than I am.
But like we have so many people that we can borrow a truck from. Work. So it doesn't make sense to have your own full-size F-150.
Hey, the Bronco was the first like all my vehicles were just, hey, this is my daily driver. That's her daily driver. That's the way we had. And Bronco was the first time that we ever got a vehicle that was.
See, and Lebo and I haven't really had a his or hers. It's been more of an ours because at first it was his and mine because he had the Jeep, the Mustang, and the town car. And he had all of those, and I had my Camry. And then we moved over, and he started driving the Camry, and we traded his Lincoln for my Transit.
Mm-hmm.
And then drove, his Jeep for the Lightning, and that one's ours because that was our first car buy after we got married.
Yeah. I like driving the smaller. I mean, the more I've driven because I had a couple F-150s, and then get the Maverick and the Bronco. I'm like, man, these are so much smaller, a lot easier to drive around town, and I like the size of the Bronco and the Maverick. Mm-hmm. They're just nice to whip around, and I
want a Bronco.
And then the Ranger would be nice too, but I didn't, to be honest, I didn't like the look of the last model of the Ranger. Yeah. This one I like. I could see myself driving that instead of a Maverick. It's just a little bit bigger, but not F-150 size. I could see myself driving that.
Yeah. We still have the C-Max Vols. He traded his Mustang for that one when he proposed to me. So we still have that one. I told Eva when we pay off all the cars and we move into a new house, our next big purchase is going to be a Bronco. Although at this point, it looks like we're going to pay off the house and just live there. We got a nice yard. We can expand our house if we want to and still have a nice yard. But we do need a new shed. That's going to be a big purchase. And tear down and everything. So
actually, I owned a Ranger when I first started working here. It was one of the first new vehicles that it was before I
didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a little Super Cab Ranger.
When you started working here, I was like 6?
Yeah, I had a little Super Cab Ranger, flare side. I liked it, and I had it back. Well, it's back before I started working here. But yeah, I liked that one. Yeah, I like the Ranger, and I don't like the look of the older Ranger. I think it's dated. The new Ranger, I like the look of.
I don't like the new Ranger.
I like the size of the Ranger. I just
don't like
didn't.
driving it. It's not as jumpy as the Maverick.
Yeah. Is the 2025 Bronco or Ranger gonna be electric?
Don't know. No idea.
Don't know. And even if I know, I probably couldn't tell you. But I don't know. I mean, I think they're gonna try to I think they feel like they need to get a plug-in hybrid like the
Yeah.
the Wrangler, but I don't know.
I was talking to Tate earlier, one of our salesmen or sales assistants, and we were talking. He's like, these car companies are always coming out with the next best thing. They're always trying to push each other. Because we were talking about how different people have different tastes in cars. You may not like, the Maverick, but this person does because it fits their needs and their taste. So, different needs for different people, different cars for different people. And we somehow got onto EV, and he was like, do you think, I don't know how we got into the topic, but I was like, he's like, someone's going to come out with the next best battery and it's going to go like 600 miles. I'm like, I bet it's going to be Jeep because they have the all-electric Jeep. They're going to want that Jeep to go further on the trails.
Yeah, I don't know how far you need. I mean, you remember when we went on those trails?
Yeah,
they kept telling us we needed to fill up, and every time we got back, I was like, it only used a quarter tank.
Yeah.
Each day, so we drove I'm saying we were on the trails for 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Each of the 3 of those days, we only used a quarter tank each day.
Yeah.
So you could really drive on the trails for about 3-4 days without needing no more gas.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, really.
Exactly.
I mean, and you remember, there's only 300 miles.
Yeah.
Usually on those tank of gas. So on those. So anyway.
Yep.
All right. Well, 9:45. I want to do one of the videos tonight. The scheduled video, because since I'm traveling tomorrow, so probably need to call it a night. But be looking for videos from the auto show for Thursday. So we'll have videos for that. Probably going to do a luxury video from there. I'm going to check out some different luxury vehicles.
Ooh.
Since Lucid sent me an email,
Yeah.
might do a luxury one on that, and they're going to do a walk around on some things. So
Okay.
anyway, we'll probably do a luxury video as well. It'll be for our luxury Facebook page and Instagram. But do definitely check out. We're going to post some pictures and such as well for Instagram and Facebook, but also we'll have videos too. So make sure you're checking those out, and make sure you have the notification bell turned on and you're subscribed so you don't miss those videos when those launch. Look for those Thursday morning. We're going to try to get that video and get it out right away. And we are doing, I didn't mention that. We are going to be doing ordering 25 model year Explorers at Invoice for people on YouTube. That'll be YouTube special invoice pricing. So we will be doing that. So, and then still doing our regular YouTube special of the shipping.
Yep.
And all that. All right. Okay. I think that's it, because we do get a lot of Explorer allocations. That's why we're able to be able to do that. So anyway, but it will be a YouTube only special. So, all right, I think we're done there. Got anything?
Nope. I'm good.
Parting words. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see how we'll catch y'all next time.
All right.
All right. Until next time, stay positive, or be positive. Be positive or stay positive?
Stay positive.
Stay positive. Be kind to one another.
Be kind to yourself.
We'll see you later.